Oh, it's a beautiful night down Lopes Way. Why? Because, well, there's basketball to be played tonight. They won the season opener Friday night, and now the Lopes are back and ready here at GCU Arena as they welcome in the Colonials of Robert Morris University. I'm Kate Longworth. You're dialed into Your View Channel 4 for Division I men's basketball action. The Lopes, well, they're going for 2 wins in a row tonight. That's just for this season, though. If you look back through last year, they are currently riding an 8-game winning streak, which is the longest active win streak currently in the nation. And so, well, there's lots to cheer for here with the Havocs. Really, there's a lot to cheer for every night, right? But tonight, the Havocs are having their all-access pass night, which means in 15 minutes, they offered all-access passes to the game, and they sold out in 15 minutes, where they're handing out jerseys and fanny packs, swag for your phone, and all sorts of things you'll see throughout our broadcast here on Havocs Night on your View broadcast. But there's also some basketball to be played, so let's talk about the players now. Keontae Vernon has moved into his role now as a leader for this Lopes squad after a couple years under Dan Marley. However, it wasn't always this way. Let's take a listen as Keontae explains his growth and leadership here in Lopes uniform.
I just tell them it's a grind. Every single day, practice, game. Some days it's gonna suck. Your mind's gonna tell you no, but you gotta push through it. You know what I mean? Your body's gonna tell you no. Sometimes you gotta push through it. It's gonna be little things. It's not necessarily gonna be an injury or something. It's gonna be just a little nick and bruise. You gotta push through. And I also talk to them about like little secrets that I use for me being undersized, which it'll help them because obviously they're 6'9", 6'10". I try to use any bit of knowledge that I have for myself and try to give it to them because obviously they're freshmen. I wish I would have listened to the guys who, when I was at Wyoming, telling me stuff. But now I know, you know what I mean? So now I'm trying to pass it on, and hopefully they pick it up early.
There we're hearing from Keontae and his growth and how his attitude has changed over the years. We're certainly seeing him step up his level of play out on the court. And we talked about tonight the Havocs handing out their all-access passes. Well, let's get now to our broadcasters who give you an all-access pass to Lopes basketball tonight. Barry Mattel, Scott Williams, guys, take it away.
Thanks, Kate. Yeah, but we don't have any of that swag they got. They got like fanny packs and jerseys, and
Kate always gets the gear.
Gets the gear. Great matchup. They're looking for their 8th straight victory. It's a NCAA mark, their longest winning streak. Trying to go after it tonight against Robert Morris.
They picked up right where they left off the season, doing it with the D. Coach Marley has put his imprint all over this program, and it has paid off because even with the newcomers, he has made these guys buy into the defensive side of the ball. They got a big bump off of their bench. You see the 35-point Fifi Adu was a big reason for that. I hear they're calling them the microwave now.
Yeah. We'll see about that. Florida A&M never led, and in large part because of some great defense.
Yeah, they really protected the rim very well. Whether guys were blocking shots or giving up their bodies, I love the transition. The pressure on the ball is where it all started. I love the way they were able to slide their feet. Putting all that time in the lab has really paid off because the communication was there. Frustrating defenders out on the perimeter, the communications between the switches, guys coming off the help side, guys helping the helper. It was just a thing of beauty to watch.
How about Keontae Vernon in this game? His presence was definitely felt defensively, but he had 8 points and 9 rebounds.
Yeah, he had a smash brother in attendance, and he wanted to show out, and he sure did. Took an early jump shot, realized, hey, I'm too big, too strong to be shooting jumpers. I got to put these guys down here in the torture chamber and punish them close to the basket. And he got on that glass, pulled down 9 Rodmans.
Look at the fouls a season ago, 102 in 31 games. He had 5 DQs. He had 1 foul against Florida A&M, and he played 27 minutes. That's a lot of minutes, and that's the amount of time that Coach Marley wants to see him on the floor.
Marley needs him on the floor. He needs that veteran presence.
Josh Braun is another guy that stepped up, hadn't practiced in some 3 weeks, had 11 points in the opening half.
Yeah, the mayor is back. He was fantastic to start this game, whether it was drives to the basket, pump fake, be able to put the ball on the floor, playing defense. started out 4 for 4, and then the gas went a little bit dry on him. He finished 0 for 7 after that. I talked to him before the game. He said, I got the looks I wanted. I just got to make it.
He is 3 3-pointers away from setting a new GCU record with most ever 3-pointers. I'm sure that'll be surpassed at some point this season for the Lopes. Their bench scoring, it is such an amazing story this year. 4 or 5 seasons ago when this started with Dan Marley, he was like, who do I got? Now he's like turning around, he's like, I can't play the guy because I got too much depth on the bench.
Yeah, there's going to be a rotation battle, but that's a good problem for a coach to have because it makes everybody work harder in practice to earn those minutes during the game.
And we'll be seeing the likes of Shaq Carr, who didn't play against Florida A&M, but who coach said had an excellent practice yesterday. It's between him and Damari about playing time right now. So with Casey Benson on the floor, it's going to be difficult at that guard spot. Robert Morris comes in. Here's a team with a lot of turnovers as far as players from 1 season ago.
10 newcomers. I had a chance to talk to one of the assistant coaches beforehand. They say they play so well they get called up to larger programs, but he likes a couple of young studs that he's got on his team right now.
And one of them is Matty McConnell, PJ's younger brother.
Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. He's got the ability to put the ball on the floor and stroke it from the outside as well. At 22 points against Ohio State on Friday.
Yep. Big game to look for McConnell to step up here this evening as Robert Morris from Pittsburgh, PA, makes their presence known for the very first time against the Lopes here tonight. Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, guys, well, we're looking forward to this game, but also I want to talk to you about just like we've been talking about this transition period here and how the team has been waiting. Dan Marley has been waiting. Well, it is here. So I wonder now, is the pressure on? Are the Lopes feeling like they really have to step up now that they are NCAA tournament eligible?
Kate, the pressure is on Dan Marley and this Lopes team. For years, they've been kind of knocking on the door to try to win that WAC title. Now that they've been off probation, or transition period is over rather, they have absolutely got to deliver. They have got to find a way to find themselves in that WAC conference title game at the end of the year. Otherwise, they can say the team was not a successful year for them. They have got to build momentum with these 9 home games, learn to gel so when things get tough, they can bounce back through that adversity, be able to perform at their best when it matters the most.
All right, guys, looking forward to seeing how it plays out. But, guys, don't go anywhere. I sent some swag your way. You're going to have to do a little rock, paper, scissors. But you say I get all the swag. I just sent it over a fanny pack for you. I can't wait to see who rocks it better, Scott or Barry. Only time will tell. Meanwhile, coming up here on the Lopes Pregame Show, Barry sits down with Dan Marley to get tonight's game plan. When we come back, Barry will ask Dan if he is feeling the pressure. That's up.
GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
The GCU men's basketball team welcome Little Rock University this Saturday at the GCU Arena. The Trojans are members of the Sun Belt Conference and are coming off a loss to D2 Wahita. Play at Memphis tomorrow. Be sure to tune into the Lopes Pregame Show starting at 6:30 p.m. on YourView Cox 4 or online at gcu.tv. The Lopes Pregame Show continues from GCU Arena. Barry Butel alongside the head coach, Dan Marley, as you guys look for your second straight victory here to begin the early stages of the regular season, coming off a very impressive win against the Rattlers from Florida A&M.
Yeah, I thought for the first game it was pretty good. We came out defensively, really good. The second unit came in, and we were a little shaky offensively at the beginning, but we got it going. And second half, not as good, but first half we really just developed ourselves on the defensive end and played really well. So I was happy about that and spread the ball around a little bit, got some easy buckets, but defensively I thought we were really good. Shot the ball pretty well. So for the first game, not bad.
Josh Braun kind of dusted off
Josh
a little
Braun
bit.
didn't practice for like 3 weeks, and in typical Josh Braun factor, came out, made his first couple shots. Didn't score in the second half, didn't really have to, but he provides a big lift for us there in the first half with the shooting.
Yeah, all about conditioning. You expect it'll take a few games for him to get?
Well, no, he's been able to condition. It's just more about playing with the guys. I mean, he wasn't out there he couldn't have any contact. So he does so much for us offensively. So Josh is always in great shape, but it's about getting him out there and getting some basketball shots and playing with the other 4 guys on the floor.
Fifi Adu, he came off the bench and put in 11 of his own.
Loved it. He's calling himself the microwave now. I asked him if he knew who
himself the nickname.
Yeah, well, somebody said it and he liked it, and I asked him if he knew who the microwave was, and he had no idea. Which is Vinnie Johnson from Detroit Pistons. But I love Fifi being aggressive. He's a very talented scorer, especially when he goes downhill. He's got a nice jump shot. He's strong. He's athletic. So if he does that, he's going to be good. He's got to come to looking to get really strong offensively, and then defensively, he's very good guarding the basketball. So I like Fifi being aggressive.
The depth of this team, we were talking before we began the interview. You got Shaq Carr playing this evening. He didn't see action against Florida A&M. You're pretty deep right now.
Yeah, I can't play 3-point guards right now. Damari's had a great camp and has played well, and there's nothing that Damari did wrong. I think Shaq has a chance tonight to go out and show what he can do. He's a senior, and that's going to be a constant battle for both of those guys. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to give Shaq the first shot here tonight. And as I said, I'm very impressed with Damari and what he's been able to do. So it's not anything he's done wrong. There's just some tough time getting playing minutes, and we'll see how it goes.
Do you see with Laver and Blumberg's an adjustment? Both of them picked up 3 personal fouls. I see it perhaps more just from a perspective of watching the game from Laver, that he seems sometimes frustrated at some of the calls.
Alexandro, he gets frustrated, but he uses his body a lot, and he's a big guy. He's very physical, so sometimes he picks up some dumb fouls. And Rob picked up a couple fouls just by moving screens. And these are guys who just have to adjust to the college game here in America, and they'll do great. They're very talented guys, so I expect them to adjust accordingly. But they're very smart, talented, so they'll figure it out.
Knowing that you have so much depth now, that in those first years you were like looking down and wondering if I had some eligibility, but now no, I guess you're right. That was definitely a stretch. Can you talk a little bit about? Are you able to maybe coach the way that you want to coach now, knowing that you have a lot of tools in your tool belt?
Well, yeah. I mean, I coached the way I wanted to coach before, but you couldn't really hold guys. I mean, I got out of the guys what I wanted to get on, but now if you're not playing hard or there's something going wrong, you're going to sit down, and they know that. I actually feel bad because a lot of our guys, as hard as they work in practice and they get after it, you can't give everybody the minutes that they deserve. So guys know that when they get on the floor, they got to go hard as long as they can, and then they're going to get subbed out and they'll get back in. So that's a good thing. Competition's a great thing, but I wish I had enough minutes for everybody, but obviously I don't.
Pro athletes, they can probably handle the expectations, or, hey, we got to have a winning season, jobs are on the line. How do you instill that, knowing that the expectations are pretty high here, how do you instill that into an 18 to 20, 21?
Well, they know it because we talk about it all the time, and we don't. Yeah, they can handle it. We don't really look at. I look at the big picture. I don't know how much they look. We look for them. I just say, just go out there and play as hard as you can. Let me handle the pressure. Let me handle the expectations of us winning the WAC and going to the tournament. All you guys got to worry about is just give it your all every day. Play as hard as you can in practice and games. And if you do that, everything will work out.
What do you think about Robert Morris coming in here?
It's going to be a good game.
TJ's little brother?
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm excited. This is a really good program. They got some really good athletes, guys who can shoot a lot of threes, can offensive rebound, going to get up and down. Play very, very hard. So this is going to be a great test for us. So I'm excited about this game to see where we're at.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Dan Marley, our guest. Stay with us. More of the Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena. He is the architect of the Phoenix professional sports landscape, but a lot of people don't know the backstory of Jerry Colangelo. We'll tell you how Mr. Colangelo came to Phoenix from his native Illinois and built an empire when the Lopes pregame show continues after this timeout.
Hey you, are you ready? Grab your pack, grab your tent, grab your gear. Jump in. We're going on an adventure. Here in Arizona, there's so much to see, so much to do, so much to experience. When I started my degree program at Grand Canyon University, I knew I was embarking on a journey. I never expected it to be such an adventure. Offering over 200 academic programs with a Christian worldview and nestled in the heart of Phoenix, you're never more than a few short hours from something worth remembering. At GCU, adventure is never too far away. Study hard, play hard, never stop moving. What are you waiting for? Come earn your degree in fewer than 4 years while exploring everything Arizona has to offer. So, you ready? Find your purpose in Arizona. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/AZ roadtrip.
Head coach Nicole Powell and the Lopes looking good yesterday as they went up against 12th ranked Duke and put up quite the fight. Although they did not come up on the winning end of that, it was a valiant effort, and now the Lopes have hit the road at Cal Poly and UNLV starting Thursday. Then they'll be back here at GCU Arena on November 22nd, where they'll face off against Benedictine from Mesa, Arizona. Game time is 6 p.m. If you can't make it out to GCU Arena to cheer on the Lopes, be sure to watch the game online at GCU TV. I'm Kate Longworth, welcoming you back to the Lopes pregame show, and it's a full house tonight. The Havoc's in the house, and of course, Brian Mueller, GCU president, alongside Governor Ducey, who is here tonight to check out the game. And I'm just wondering if we're going to get some Cold Stone ice cream out of this. Nah, actually, I'm guessing he has way more important things. But it's great to see him out here supporting the Lopes. I'm Kate Longworth, and we welcome in all the markets today that are locked in here for some Lopes basketball tonight against the Colonials in 13 different markets. We are live right now. Glad to have you along. And many of you who are here in our local market of Phoenix, you know that Jerry Colangelo is a pioneer when it comes to sports here in the Valley of the Sun. He is the leader who really just steered Phoenix into the modern era of sports. And GCU is very lucky to have Mr. Colangelo on their side when it comes to both athletics and academics. But what a lot of people don't know is before Phoenix, how Mr. Colangelo found himself here and his backstory. Well, sit back, because here it is.
My history goes back to Chicago. I had an upbringing that I wouldn't trade for all the money in the world, because it was there that I got my basic foundation about who I would become as a person. We didn't have much, but whatever we had was enough. And in our community, everyone shared. We were welcome in each other's home. People cared for one another. Coming up in that kind of an environment really did prepare me for the future. In 1987, bought the team for $44 million. At that time, the highest price ever paid for a franchise in the NBA. And I was asked the question, why would you pay so much money for an NBA franchise? And I said, one, I believe in the NBA and its future. Number two, I believe in this community and its ability to support it. And number three, I believe in my ability to make it happen. We didn't win a championship. We got to the finals twice in my tenure. We were in the Western Conference Finals many times. Fourth best record in the history of the league. My opinion, as I look back, should have won 3 or 4 championships, but it wasn't meant to be. Basketball led to baseball, without a doubt. I was just taking a day off in my office when I was approached by Joe Garagiola Jr. and Jim Bruner. They wanted to talk about baseball. After doing a lot of due diligence, in 1995, we were awarded that franchise. And of course, we opened our first season in 1998. So I spent about 10 years in baseball. We built a state-of-the-art facility. We had a game plan that led to 3 divisional titles and winning a World Series. And I look back with fond memories about building yet another franchise and having a lot of success. The fact is, in reality, whatever you have, God has provided. So it's really His resources. So what you do with those resources is what I talk about in terms of being accountable. Everything we've tried to do as an organization during my time with the teams was committed to making our community a better place. You know, a very poor question to ask someone as they age is, what do you want on your tombstone? I've had people ask me that question, and I said, it's pretty simple for me. It's not about anything I've done. It's only about he cared. He cared about people, he cared about his community, he cared about the things he was involved in. He really did care about all that you see.
And don't forget, you can journey through Mr. Colangelo's life right here on campus at the Jerry Colangelo Museum, which is open to the public Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 2. It's also open until 8 p.m. on game days. Come out to GCU, check out the legacy of Jerry Colangelo. It's really like walking through his living room with all the mementos he's had from throughout the years. It's a scene you don't want to miss, and speaking of such, a scene here, that is right, GCU Arena and the Havocs are just getting ready to get the purple pregame party started, and we're getting ready to welcome Paul Coro back for Coro's Corner and to get the inside scoop on the Lopes. That's coming up next here on Your View. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Bethany. I'm a junior at GCU, studying Christian studies with a minor in psychology. Really what made me fall in love with GCU was the ministry aspect that they have here. I love all of the different community service opportunities that there are here. Students are making a huge impact on the Valley just through painting the Valley purple. It really means a lot to people in Phoenix to hear that somebody's from GCU. It almost gives you like credentials because they know that you're a good kid and that you're gonna go far. I have the privilege of bringing 7th and 8th grade students onto campus every week. I get to present to them a college readiness program. It honestly makes a huge difference in so many of their lives. I also am part of a mentorship program, so I am a mentor for a girl here in Phoenix. I get to walk her through life just like people are walking me through life. I definitely think GCU is preparing me for my future and teaching students and being a difference maker in the lives of other people.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Hey you on your phone. Yep, I'm talking to you. If you've got your laptop by you, on your phone, you got your tablet, well then you could be a part of our broadcast tonight. Just tweet or Instagram using the hashtag #LopesRising and you can be a part of our broadcast. Right now you're seeing those tweets scroll on the bottom of our screen. And like we said, we are live throughout many markets tonight for the Lopes Colonials game. So we want to see the tweets from you. Give us some shout outs as to where you are tuned in. I'm Kate Longworth. Welcome back here to the Valley of the Sun, where you are dialed into Your View Channel 4. And I welcome in Paul Coro, who is now the Lopes Insider. So we want to know about Lopes Athletics. You're the man we come to. So tell us what's going on for the Lopes Athletics throughout this week.
Yeah, well, we're kind of wrapping up the fall season right now. We've had, volleyball and cross country finished up this weekend. You saw yesterday on the telecast how the women's basketball team gave Duke all they want, number 12 team in the country. And that team with a new coach and 9 newcomers and new starters took Duke all the way to the fourth quarter and really had a shot to win the game. One of the best highlights of the weekend. I know it's a loss, but it really showed a lot early in that program that they fought Duke that much.
I agree. It's such an early game in the season, too, to see that cohesiveness. It was awesome. And when you talk about what they can do here at GCU Arena on the women's side, let's talk about the men. They have such a home-heavy schedule to start the season. 8 games at home, 9 in the Phoenix area because they had that one game over at Talking Stick. How does that help Dan Marley and his squad propel their way into WAC play?
Well, first off, you got this, and that's crazy enough. That'll scare the daylights out of everybody walking in here. But if you think about what advantages compared to Robert Morris tonight, that's a team that's starting off with an 8-game road trip. They're going to kind of start off their season behind 8 ball, whereas the Lopes are building confidence because they have the home crowd while they work out, 2 new starters, a rotation that's still kind of in development. You saw Marley the other night play 11 guys in the first half. That's not what he wants to eventually do with this team. Right. So there's a lot of chances to fill out some things while you have the home court to take advantage of those low moments.
As a Lopes insider, what are some of the questions you get from people when they're wondering about athletics here? Is it questions about Dan Marley? I know you have a history with him from your son's coverage. Is it questions about what is it really like here in the arena? Tell me what people come up and ask you about.
Yeah, well, everybody wants to talk about men's basketball and the facilities being built here too. If anybody drives around campus, you can see the baseball stadium going up. You can see the softball stadium construction. If anybody walks on campus sees a year-old soccer stadium. So, but most of the questions are about this team, about being tournament eligible. Can they get to that point? And of course they're capable. They're picked to win the WAC. But let's also remember, a lot is relying on the WAC tournament at the end.
Right.
You know, they could have a great season, win the WAC regular season championship, but they still have that tournament at the end where it's every given night could change your fate.
Right, right. It's always hard when you're playing those do or die games. But when you talk about that WAC tournament, we saw both the men and women's soccer teams punch their ticket into that tournament. Now that that transition period is over, how was that for this university seeing their first two teams make it into the WAC tournament? Was it a bit of sigh of relief and excitement around here?
Yeah, there was a lot of, we had the women's tournament here, and that was good for the women won their first round game. It was a historic moment to have a D1 postseason tournament eligible moment. The men were part of the WAC tournament in Vegas, took a tough loss where they went down to the wire with a really good UNLV team. So those are moments that build programs. Now everybody, all those young players, somebody like Josh Strack that won Freshman of the Year in WAC for men's soccer, now he's tasted what that postseason environment's like, that win or die thing, and can carry on that for years to come in the program.
All right, well, speaking of the WAC, we're going to look in on the men's competition throughout their conference. It's the Purple Pregame Party. It's just getting started here. Don't go anywhere. You can be a part of the party and action right after this.
I'm Dewey, a student here at GCU studying communications. My dad graduated from GCU in 2009, and he is definitely bleeding purple. He loves GCU to the max. And me choosing to follow in his footsteps was the best idea I could have chosen. I absolutely love sports, playing them and watching them, and I could talk about them all day. GCU has made it possible for me to pursue my passion of becoming a sports broadcaster. The program they had here and the direction it could take me was exactly what I wanted and what I needed. Knowing that I could talk to a professor or a counselor about literally anything that has to do with my academia or even just my personal life was encouraging and exciting to know. The friends and the roommates that I've had in the last 3 years have made my quality of life 1,000 times better. I am a GCU Lope, and I will forever always be one.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Let's take a trip around the WAC, and you don't even have to leave your couch. Utah Valley, what back-to-back games they had. What a weekend they had. First, they were at Kentucky. They only lost by 10, putting up a competitive effort there. Then, the very next day, they had to face Duke. It doesn't get any easier than that. They did fall to Duke by 30. Meanwhile, Haskell fell to Kansas City, 110-59, the final there. UMKC bench scored 59 points. 7-2 center Mohammed had 18 points, 6 rebounds. Meanwhile, Chicago State in action at Purdue. They fell short, 111-42 on Sunday. Seattle University came out victorious on Sunday. And New Mexico State is in action tonight, 8 p.m. And your sports going on right now. UTRGV is up over Bethune Cookman. All right, well, we're just moments away from tip-off. You can catch all the action right here on Your View. We are broadcasting live right now in 12 different cities, and the Lopes hope to bring you quite the show as they go up against Robert Morris Colonials. Barry and Scott have the call right after this.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
And welcome to GCU men's basketball. Alongside three-time NBA champion Scott Williams, I'm Gary Butel. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, the Lopes looking for their 8th consecutive victory, an NCAA D1 record after a big, impressive win over Florida A&M.
You know, they were really spectacular on the defensive side of the ball, just choking off A&M offensive players everywhere they went, either inside or outside, causing them into turnovers and travel situations, getting steals, moving out in transition. Really wonderful job communicating on the defensive side of the basketball. But Keontae Vernon, I'll tell you what, this guy, which turned out a man-sized performance. I mean, he played big boy basketball underneath, using his size and strength and will, opposing everything that he wanted to do to the defense. He absolutely did, and he got on the glass and pulled down 9 rebounds as well.
8 points, as you say, 9 rebounds, and just 1 foul in 27 minutes of play. How about Josh Braun? Hadn't practiced in some 3 weeks, hit 11 in the opening half.
He was fantastic. The mayor was back. He set the tone early on how this team was going to play. Smart, intelligent basketball, stroking the ball from the outside when he had the open looks. If they came out too far, then he drove it to the hole. Knocked down his first 2 threes, and the team was off and rolling.
There you see Josh Braun in action, 11 points performance for the Lopes. Robert Morris University, Pittsburgh, PA. They had an opening loss to Ohio State, but in that game, Matty McConnell had 22.
Yeah, kicking absolutely play. Gonna keep an eye on this guy wherever he's on the floor. He knocked up those 4 3-point shots, went for 33 minutes. Keep an eye on number 23.
22 points in that game at Ohio State, the younger brother of T.J. McConnell, the former Arizona Wildcat. It's time to get this game tipped off. Let's send it over to the public address announcer, Paul DeNuzer, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Grand Canyon University Arena and tonight's men's basketball matchup between the Colonials of Robert Morris and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by your GCU Havocs president, Karsten Kim.
Please pray with me. Dear God, thank you so much for everything that you've blessed us with. Thank you for these 2 teams and their ability to come out here and play basketball tonight. Lord, we pray that you would protect them tonight and let them honor you on this court. We love you and thank you, Jesus, for everything that you've done for us. And it is in his name we pray. Amen.
Go up! Thank you, Karsten. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the singing of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the St. Mary's Catholic High School Choir under the direction of Dominican sister Peter Thomas.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous
St. Mary's High School Choir and the president of the Havocs, Karsten Kem, with our prayer. As the Havocs chant USA here at GCU Arena, they are out in full force once again. Robert Morris University from Pittsburgh, PA in town. First ever meeting between the two teams. Andrew Toole, the head coach in his 8th season. Here are his starting 5. Kobe Thomas, David Cole, Deshaun Burke, John Williams, and Matty McConnell.
Yeah, keep an eye on number 10, Kobe Thomas, because this kid can absolutely get it done. On Ohio State on Friday, he had 22 points, 6 boards, and he's a thief on the defensive side of the basketball, 2 steals.
They lost at Ohio State 95-64 last year, 14-19, 6-12 away. From home, 9-9 in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Andrew Toole, 8th season, former assistant at Lafayette College in Easton, PA, played D1 hoops at Elon and the University of Pennsylvania. His assistant coaches are Kyle Griffin, Dante Jackson, and Mike Uziolino. Time now to introduce you to GCU. Here are head coach Dan Marley's starting 5. Casey Benson, Josh Braun, Oscar Freyer, Roberts, Blumbergs, and Keontae Ferdinand.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on the freshman, Blumbergs. He got off to a slow start, got some early foul trouble, couldn't take care of the basketball on the offensive end. Just 2 points after a very strong opening in the scrimmage. He needs to bounce back tonight, so I want to see how this young player responds to having a poor showing. Can he come back out here, execute the offense, take care of the basketball, and look for his opportunities when they present themselves?
The Lopes were victorious 67-51 over Florida A&M last Friday night. 22-9 a season ago, 15-3 here at GCU Arena. Dan Marley in his 5th season as head coach. His associate head coach is Todd Lee. The assistants are Chris Cremelone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations is Luke Dalla-Riva. Special assistant to the head coach is Brendan Sabian, and the graduate assistant is Johnny Hill. Josh Braun coming off an 11-point performance after missing considerable time through concussion protocol. Jack Carr will see action tonight. He is in the middle of the circle. Lopes looking for their 8th straight victory. Tops in D1 basketball. Scott, your 3 keys to tonight's game.
Yeah, Barry, they're very simple tonight. You got to turn the heat up on Robert Morris. Get into an up-tempo game. They do not want to go up and down the floor. They do not want this game in the mid-80s and 90s. They'd rather see it down in the 60s. So really push up a lot of pressure out of transition quickly from the defensive end to the offensive end and try to attack. And then swing. As much as you want to play fast, if they get back in transition, make the extra pass. They do not want to play defense full 30 seconds. You make the extra pass, you get open a better look for one of your teammates. And then I'm talking about transition, quick change, back from offense, back to defense. Make this team work for everything they get. Don't always run to the paint. They got 3-point bombers because they start 3 guards. You may have to stop at the 3-point line in transition to find somebody.
The Havocs are in the house.
It is lit in here on a Monday.
Wow. Is it? It's Monday night? It's not Friday or Saturday night?
You wouldn't know by the way these kids are getting after it. They are here to party.
Ronnie Hernandez, Ruben Ramos, and Mark Beasley, the officials. We are underway. The crowd will remain on their feet until the Lopes hit their opening bucket. One by the Lopes. Casey Benson moving in on Deshaun Burke. To his right, Josh Braun. Coming back outside, loses a handle and gives it up. Casey Benson called. Definitely not the start that the Lopes were hoping for.
They've got to take care of the basketball. You want to stay on the floor with Coach Majerle, you must secure the basketball. After a while, after a few games under their belt, players that turn the ball will find themselves on that bench.
McConnell up off the glass and a nice feed. Kobe Thomas.
Very nice high handoff. We talked about GCU starting the game with that play a lot. Well, Robert Morris stole a play right out of the GCU playbook.
Vernon. Turning. Rebound pulled down there by Deshaun Burke. Burke brings it up. Eyed by Frayer. Burke driving towards the baseline. Frayer shut that down. Travel on Deshaun Burke.
Did you see how fast Oscar Frayer moved his feet on the defensive end? But look at this one more time here. That's a Lopes special right there. Robert Morris does a nice job going for the backdoor high handoff. You get that back screen, you send the player around the back of the defense, take the lid right off the top of the defense, get yourself an easy two.
Braun to Benson. Benson up high for Keontae Vernon, not there. Paul leaves it for John Williams. Tipped. Picked up by Braun. Braun's got eyes on Benson. Benson driving to the paint, kicks back out. Frayer up high! Oh, boy!
Casey Benson's got eyes out of his ear hole. He did a nice job penetrating, finding Frayer over there on that right wing, and he just took off and detonated at the rim.
McConnell bounce pass into the corner. Air ball there by Kobe Thomas off the mark. Abbott's let him know about it. Benson driving in. Up tempo here. Marley wanted to call. Burke guarding Benson. Back over to Braun. That's where Matty McConnell eyes in. Driving towards the baseline. Drives, has a little bit of room, but he's fouled there by Deshaun Burke.
Look at this one more time here. Benson does a nice job taking it hard to the hole. The defender from the weak side comes over and leaves that right side of the floor completely unprotected. I could have got down that lane and dunked it. He had so much time. Beautiful offensive execution that time by the Lopes, and it all started with the defense because Frayer came out, challenged the three, got a piece of it, and then they were off and running.
Check that as Matty McConnell with a foul. Foul called on Robert Morris. Up over. Oh. Came in off of the lane there.
Josh Braun's a pretty good free throw shooter. You don't want to give him three to make two.
No.
He's going to probably put this one down. I think early struggles on for both Braun and Casey Benson from that free throw line, but that's just a little bit of getting used to shooting in this larger arena with a lot of people in the backdrop.
Williams to his left finds Kobe Thomas. Leaves it there for Burke. Burke. Cole. Quickly to Williams. The Akron, Ohio native drives baseline underneath the bucket. Looking for Matty McConnell for three. Rings out. Rebound pulled down by Cole.
Cole went right up over the back of Benson. Snatched that thing with two hands, and like Oscar Frayer was right back up and before anybody could come over and help.
Blumberg fouled.
How about the moxie, that little freshman right there? Caught that ball in that post, wheeled, turned, and dealed to the basket. I love that right there. Hard to the rack.
Definitely an up-tempo flow to this one compared to Friday night against Florida A&M.
Got a good-looking stroke, doesn't he, Barry? I mean, we've seen him stroke the three a couple times in the exhibition game, and when he goes to the free throw line, he's got a lot of confidence when he shoots that rock.
First two free throws as a Lope. Lopes in the lead now by 2. They're passing off the back of Benson, and they get that lucky bounce. Cole. Travel.
Lopes have turned it up a little bit here on the defensive end. I like Casey Benson on the perimeter. And I don't think he's the fastest guy we've ever seen in the Lopes usually, but he really does move his feet. He gives maximum effort to stay in front of whoever it is he is guarding.
Blumberg pulls down, now leaves it for Frayer. Frayer driving in the paint, doesn't go. Swarm of blue around the rebound. They pick it up. Williams driving, kicks out. McConnell steps up, floater. It's good.
Nice one dribble pull up to the baseline by McConnell.
22 points against Ohio State for Matty McConnell. Oakdale, Pennsylvania need it. Benson turning. Swarmed there by Burke. Belongs to the Lopes.
Give Burke a lot of credit putting pressure. He says, okay, if you're going to pressure me at one end, I'm going to turn around and return the favor for you down here on the defensive end.
Petaway and Washington in now for Robert Morris. Inbound, Benson. Benson driving off the glass, and it goes in.
Wow, Houston's offhand going to his right. That was impressive.
Benson fired up. McConnell driving in the paint. Bounce pass up high. Petaway trying to move on Vernon. Looking for somebody. Trying to get to Williams. Williams drives baseline. 11-10 on the shot clock. That's stoned by Braun, but somehow. Now Braun looks like hand got on an arm. Blumberg's.
Lopes were having a block party down there in the paint. The Colonials were the guest of honor, but got a little too much body. The referees blew the whistle.
8-6, Lopes on top of the Colonials here early on, 15:47 to go. Opening half. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth with a couple of characters.
I certainly am, guys. I am joined by the great Charlie Brown and Lucy, otherwise known as Micah Larson and Tarheem Bybee. Guys, thanks so much for joining here. I know why you're here, but why don't you explain for folks at home what's coming up?
You're a good man, Charlie Brown at Ethington Theater. We're with the College of Fine Arts and Production. It's from the 17th to the 19th and the 24th to the 26th.
This month. Yep. And take us through what the play production is all about.
So it's all about the Charles Schulz cartoons coming to life on stage through musical vignettes, which are just like little comic scenes, basically. It's a show about community, about loving each other, and about Thanksgiving too a little bit. It has those themes, so it's perfect weekends to come out.
How much research did you have to do, or how much acting did you have to do to play Sassy Lewis?
A lot, yes. Lucy is very sassy. I practice my fists a lot, my punching. Our director gave us a lot of comic books to look through and study. And we're not imitating the characters, but we're being inspired by them.
And for you, Micah, what's it like to be playing such an iconic character?
It's very honoring, really. Peanuts has been one of my favorite things ever since I was 5 years old. I've been reading the comic strips ever since then, along with Calvin and Hobbes. And so I have put a lot of work into it, and we all have, really. It's very exciting, and I'm very excited to be able to portray the character for everyone. So.
And we all want to know, is the big football scene going to be in there? Is he going to fall back on the football scene where you grab the football away from
Oh, yes. Yep. It's in the first 5 minutes.
Okay,
we'll
so
see
there
if
is...
we're able to kick it.
Yeah. All right, we're wishing you the best of luck. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we wish them the best of luck. 7:30 p.m. Fridays and Saturday, 2 p.m. on Sundays. The performance dates are November 17th through 19th and the 24th through the 26th here on campus. And guys, in the spirit of Charlie Brown, I think this is how the adults talk on the show, right? Blah, 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 blah.
Kind of how I sound sometimes. Oh, that's so much fun. Great performances. Claude Pensis and company at the Ethington Theater do a phenomenal job.
I got to get over and check one out. I haven't done it yet. This is the year.
Big Petaway from Waterbury, Connecticut. Tied at 8. Benson. Andre Washington on him. Frayer inside. Vernon underneath. Tried to muscle his way, and he's stoned there. That's a rarity.
Yeah, normally he goes up and he gets the better of the defender down there, but tried to take it to the other side of the rim and didn't have as much power as he would have liked.
Williams pulls down, goes behind him to Thomas. Thomas long distance, not there, but Petaway's there for the rebound. Whoops. Travel. Blumberg a bit lucky there.
Yeah, Blumberg did not do a nice job moving Petaway out of there with his body and allowed him to get up on that glass. Well, excuse me, it was Washington. No, it was Petaway. And then he got a little lucky because a gang of GCU Lopes came over to help him out and forced him into a travel.
Second personal foul on Matty McConnell early on. We'll see what Coach Toole. That's important as far as Lopes are concerned to have McConnell have 2 personal fouls early on here.
Yeah, I think he might give him another minute or 2, but told him to be extra conservative on the defensive end. He knows he needs his scoring.
Blumbergs lose the handle. Picked up by Deshaun Burke. Foul's going to be on Vernon. Very active, very athletic.
Trying to work down there, just lost it. And then if you pay attention here, it's Braun that goes to the corner with a 3-point shooter rather than stopping the ball. And that allowed Burke to be able to get in that body contact and earn a trip to the line. So first thing first, y'all young players out there, always stop that basketball first if it's going to be putting pressure at the bucket. And you can see the numbers from Burke a season ago. It was one of the returning leading scorers, 7.6 points per game.
Yeah, he averaged 7.6. McConnell averaged 7.3. They're expecting more from both of them this season. So Vernon and Blumbergs have got to check out here fairly early on. They're putting in Alessandro Laver and Jared Martin. Definitely a nice tandem to roll out.
Yeah, you bring out one guy 6'10", you just insert another 6'10" guy in, and we know the Italian Stallion when he comes off that bench. He's active early and often.
Martin pulls down a missed free throw. Benson moving around Washington. Very tight. Colonials, oh, they almost pick it off. Burke will lose the handle.
4 turnovers in the early going here for the Lopes. They got to do a better job taking care of that basketball. All this is doing is giving Robert Morris more confidence to be able to extend their pressure out on the floor.
Washington, 5 points against Ohio State. Bain in the game. Charles Bain stops off the glass and in.
That was a nice drive. Under control and used his strength to bang his way to the basket.
Frayer gets a shot off, draws the foul.
Something about Oscar Frayer from his freshman year to his sophomore year looks so much better, but look at that one more time there. Hey, that's Martin. He's one of the Lopes' best defenders, and he just had his way with him.
Coleman called for the foul.
But going back to Frayer, I remember him not being timid as a freshman, but I don't remember him being as strong as wanting to put his body on the defender as he has here in the early goings of this season.
Colonials up by 2. Washington leads it. Quickly now, Coleman. Martin got a hand on it. He's active.
Look at the rebounding there. Robert Morris with a 2-board advantage, 11-9. Make it 3.
Frayer picks that up.
I think Braun got a piece of that, Barry.
Benson to his right. 3, go! Looks at the bench.
Did you see Jared Martin level the defender with that man-side screen right at the point of attack? Casey Benson rewarded him with the 3-point bomb. Lead change, Lopes lead.
Great tempo to the game, Burke. Loses it. Oh.
Frayer can't believe it. Benson scratching his head. He can't believe the call. I think it was a good call, though. And then it's one more time by 42. Bam! Just takes the defender right out of the play.
Gives Benson that extra half second to measure the shot.
Officials making their way over the scorer's table.
What are they looking at here? Well, they resolved it quick, whatever it was that they were looking at. We had some issues last year with timing, and it seems like the officials were going to that monitor so often and for so long, it slowed the game down too much. I like when these guys take control of it and make a decision quick and get back to the action.
Inbound quickly. Burke, head away. Back to the shot, Burke. Orange, New Jersey native kicks back out. Coleman, long range shot, good.
Man down, man down. That's one time Josh Braun, but a close out with a hand up. Run that the shooter off of that line.
Benson back behind him. Labor open for three. Rebound kicked up. Burke with it. Martin. Gotta be careful.
What was Martin doing to Burke back there? Look at that double
Very
team.
aggressive. Got a hand on it. Prayer. Bounce pass, but it's behind Casey Benson.
Well, Coach Majerle is livid. He knows that got a little sloppy. The mustard came off the hot dog, and they had an easy 3-on-1 jailbreak, and they turned it over.
Was tipped out. Looks like it'll belong to the Lopes.
No, that wasn't tipped. That was just slung out of bounds with one hand.
At least Benson was hoping it was.
I think maybe they might have thought it went off of one of the Colonial's thigh or back calves, but Coach Majerle ain't playing that. He believes in fundamental basketball. Make sure you get the shirt too.
Prayer's going to take a seat. Fifi Adu in. Majerle fired up here. Washington.
There he is, my favorite Martin.
Unbelievable.
Sometimes I call him a fake 42 because that's the jersey number I used to wear, but he absolutely gets it done on the defensive end. I love the way this kid plays. Every team should have a Jared Martin on it.
Martin to his right, Fifi Adu. Back to Martin, quickly, Casey Benson. Oh, it rings out, but look who's there. Josh Braun muscles his way in.
You can't tell me Josh Braun just had a little bit more want than the Colonial player on that play. He just decided, I want to get this ball more than you do.
Coleman picked up by Jared Martin. Martin on the run. Bam!
That's the dunk I've been waiting for. I see this kid in the pregame warm-ups with the windmill jams and the reverse dunks. I've been waiting for him to do it in the game and not use the glass, and he sure enough delivered tonight.
Martin providing a huge spark here coming off the bench. And again, a travel. We saw it against Florida A&M, and we're seeing it here tonight.
He has fired up his team and his crowd. Just play off the bench.
16-14, GCU now in the lead. 11:34 to go, opening half. Leave it right here on your view.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light, so we can give our students the competitive edge they need to succeed. And now, GCU is leading in the areas of computer science and IT. We prepare students to meet the demands of the fastest growing industry through our innovative IT programs in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Using the latest real-world tools and an adaptive curriculum, GCU gives students the education they need today to excel in their careers tomorrow. Join the most inventive concept in education right now and position yourself for a future in the expanding world of IT. GCU offers fast-track options with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, systems architecture, and business analytics. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Fans, here's your chance to take in a GCU men's basketball game. 5 games for just $40. You can't beat that. Little Rock on the 18th, Norfolk State on the 20th, San Diego on the 25th, Mississippi Valley State on the 18th of December, and Longwood on the 21st. LopesTickets.com, the place to go, or call the GCU box office at 602-639-8979. Premium seats. Students are taking a little bit of a break. There'll be some great seats opportunities for you here, some premium seats right behind me and Scott. Come on down, bring the family. Great atmosphere, as you can see each and every game here. It is a fantastic show. Fifi-A-Do gets the feed from Labor.
Oh, that'll put a smile on the head coach's face right there. Great execution of your half-court set coming out of the timeout.
Lopes have forced 7 turnovers that resulted in 5 fast break points.
Think Marley ever smiles during the game?
Rare, especially after shots like that. Williams.
Yeah, you're not going to like that open look there. That was a clean look behind the arc there.
Ron kicks out. Benson for 3. Not there. Labor with the rebound, trying to pick it up. Burke stopped by Martin. No, he did get the call.
He loves it.
I was waiting on the call. He was sitting there forever.
He throws his body around like it's a sack of potatoes, but look at it. He guesses right. Figures that the defender's going to juke right, come back left. He had a 50-50 chance, I suppose, that he guessed right.
So Carr in the game, Matt Jackson in the game. Braun and Labor take a seat.
Yeah, Labor had some good minutes off of that bench. Really nice job. Guess they're going to leave Martin out there. They're going to reward him for his defensive effort, give him a few more ticks on that clock.
And Vernon out as well for the Lopes. Jackson leaves. Fifi. Top of the circle to the right now. Jackson. Shaq Carr will come back out.
Got Jackson with a move and screen. 6th turnover now for the Lopes. You got 8 turnovers for Robert Morris. I mean, we've seen some kids working real hard out here tonight. We haven't seen the best execution on the offensive end, though.
1 point GCU lead. John Williams inside. Cole. David Cole. Leaves it there. Coleman. Deshaun Burke. Burke moving in on Jackson into the paint. Runs into Jared Martin.
They won't give him 3 in a row. I think they got him inside the restricted area. Now the referee starts pulling towards the floor. So let's see if Martin comes over, tries to help out on that position there. And oh, he's outside the restricted area, but his feet are still up in the air. Yeah, good call, Barry.
Thank you.
Well, we knew this was going to be a dogfight. I got a chance to talk to a couple of the assistant coaches for the Colonials before this game, and he says, we're not the most talented team, but nobody competes harder than we do. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here in the first 10 minutes of this first half. When they get good players, they play well. And they've always been an impressive group over the last 6-7 years. The problem is a lot of guys get transferred over into some of the Power 5 conferences, so they have to retool a lot.
8 Colonials have scored. Fifi moving up and under and in. Oh my goodness! Hooping a hard. Oh, that was a sweet move.
I don't want to say that to look like Dwayne Wade, the way he used to take the ball to the basket when he was younger, but it had similarities, the way he got past one defender and fought off another one to be able to get that ball up off the glass and in.
He's got a new hairstyle, too. We talk about everything here. 4 points in 3 minutes for Fifi-A-Do.
Yeah, they get 11 points in that first game against Florida A&M. I mean, some of the guys were calling him the microwave the way he came off the bench with all that heat.
Thomas leaves it for Washington. Washington to Cole. Cole leaves it for Williams. Williams looking for a long 3. Off the mark.
Climbed up over the back of number 10, Thomas. Nice job boxing out. I want to say it was Jack Carr boxing out, putting his body on the taller player there. Had to come up over his back, but it really started on the perimeter. The communication between the two bigs, Vernon and Jackson, switching off with some of those dribble handoffs was quite impressive. Seen that now for a game and a half out of this Marley coach team. Associate Coach Headley, Chris Crevelo, and all those guys over there working hard with these guys and communicating on the defensive end.
.83% free throw shooter a year ago, Shaq Carr. See action for the first time in game number 2. Governor Ducey taking in the GCU game tonight. Williams, David Cole, Matty McConnell comes back out. DeAndre Washington quickly. Moving screen again.
No, they're gonna get Matt Jackson. He wants to come over. See, they're so used to switching anytime two players come together with the ball. Matt Jackson was anticipating the player going to the ball, then the player slipped back to the basket. Jackson reached out and grabbed a piece of him.
That's going to check out. Braun's in.
That's a shame, too. He got a couple fouls on him. He was really doing the job defensively out there on that perimeter. And that's tough for a guy. He's 6'9 and a half, 6'10 guy with a bad back from a year ago. Nice job for him to come out here and be able to play that far away from the hoop with confidence.
Freyer in for Jared Martin.
Over the back. Silly foul. You know you're in the bonus on the free throw line. All eyes are going to be on you. Trying to make too much happen that time.
David Cole. Washington has 2. Burke has 2.
All right, here's where the adventure has been for Keontae Vernon. He's been able to punish people down low. He's been able to work the glass and block shots. Now he's got to figure out this free throw line. I don't know if that was the original thought process prior to the release.
Really?
I don't know anybody that teaches the bank free throw, so I'm going to say no. 100% final answer. Let's see if this one is really short. Nope, got it.
It's all about range.
6-0 run for the Lopes now. Extend their lead to 5. There's that switch again. 2 players come together. The Lopes are conditioned to switch.
Ball. Hands it off. John Williams. Matty McConnell driving.
That's his third. He was out of control, tried to sling himself to the basket. He's going to get whistled for his 3rd foul. We won't see him to the second half.
That is a huge loss for Robert Morris. McConnell's going to take a seat with 3 personal fouls.
Let's play one more time. He really wants that ball in. That way Keontae Vernon switches off of that dribble handoff and then just driving in out of control, off balance. Anytime you're that wild going to the hole makes it an easy call for the official.
Three fouls in 6 minutes. McConnell still can't believe it. Fifi, they do. Making a move up high, kicks back out. Carr. Braun open for 3. Bam!
Was it ever a doubt the Mayor was going to knock that one down? Just one 3-point shot now away from tying the GCU record with 197 3-pointers.
Washington bounce pass. Burke near side. Williams inside.
That's a tough one. Shaq Carr does a great job coming out of his weak side position, but he just reaches down. But look at this one more time. That's that swing. That's that extra pass. That's that one you're helping your teammate get a free look at the basket. Who better to find behind that arc than Josh Braun? The Mayor knocked him down.
Vernon's going off with Jordy Hackett.
He's limping.
Bit as he makes his way over to.
They got a little table over there. I think they're going to examine him over there.
Blumberg's in for Vernon. Cole at the free throw line.
Cole's got some guns on him, doesn't he?
Yep.
A nice stroke for the big fella, too.
Hit 3 of 4 at Ohio State.
That's the way I used to look at a jersey there.
Really? Really?
Like I was cut out of stone. This is just a freshman, redshirt freshman.
Cut out of stone? Like
chisel.
Just chisel.
About 6% body fat.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Run all day.
Now, would they do that with calipers, too? 6%.
Yeah, that was before that. They got out the old, I don't even know if they were calipers. It probably was something that you turn vegetables with. They just told you
Never heard of
6 or 7%. They just guesstimated. Not this high-tech stuff they have anymore. Oh, they're going to get Josh Braun fighting too hard down that block for that low post position there. Another turnover for the Lopes. That's not going to make Marley happy.
27-21 the score. Jared Martin with a couple of points in this game, but defensively came in and provided a huge spark.
I really like the way this kid came in ready to compete tonight. Saw him in the warm-ups. He was electric, getting guys fired up with his pre-game dunkings. And then he came out here and he did it on the defensive end. Just hustling back in defense, getting his hands on deflections, grabbing steals, loving the fact that he's willing to give up his body to try to draw a charge with guys going to the hole. And this is probably something that fires up the team more than anything else, because you can have an effect on the basketball game. You don't even need to have the ball. And like I say, everybody would love to have a Jared Martin on their basketball team if you're a head coach at a Division I level.
2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal in 6 minutes for Jared Martin. 6-point lead for the Lopes. Great basketball game. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, the good news, guys, is Keontae is back in the huddle with the team. He did appear that he was coming off with a hurt knee, but he didn't even need assistance from the trainer, and he's trying to get right back in there and on the court.
Very good news.
See if we can see what happens.
Well, let's take a look at it right here. See, oh, yes, look at the shoe of McConnell, or the knee. I don't know if it's the knee, the shoe, that left leg. It looked like they collided. Sometimes when you just get smacked on the inside of your knee, it hurts more than if you take it on the front of your knee. It's a little bit of a stinger. As quickly as the pain sets in, sometimes it dissipates.
GCU 12-6, points in the paint. Fast break points 5-0. 57% shooting, 8 of 14 in this opening half.
Yeah, Lopes have gotten a bump off their bench, and so have the Colonials, 8-7.
Williams over to Bain, back to Williams. Williams to his right, bounce pass. Petaway, back out, Washington. Freyer, it's up high, pulls that down.
That kid really does rise. He had about a shoulder and an arm length above everybody else to snatch that ball.
That's him. By Washington. Kick back, Blumberg's open for 3. Heavy, picked out, Petaway picked it up. Washington just inside the arc, dribbled off his foot, back for it. Fifi.
They're saying Fifi kicked it.
Kicked it.
I couldn't tell if he did or not, but I love the way they both go down for the floor. I mean, look at it. He loses the ball. Kid makes a mistake, dribbles off his foot. But look at the way they both go to the floor. Benson goes down there for it, as well as Washington. Everybody knows how valuable possessions are.
Washington swarmed by Fifi. Petaway. Tied by Blumberg. Back over to Washington. Washington with Fifi Adu. Bounce pass. Petaway. Travis.
Okay, this is getting ugly out here on the offensive end. I mean, these kids have to do a better job getting their position on the floor and stop traveling and turn the ball over, bouncing it off their feet. I understand that it's only game 2 for both these teams in the season, but these are things that they've been working on since the high school level, taking care of securing the basketball.
10 turnovers from Robert Morris, 7 for the Lopes. Short, but Braun's there. Put back, left-handed in.
How did he do that? Kid came flying off the right wing, snagged the ball. He got his feet at about 6 o'clock, his neck and shoulders about 2 o'clock, and somehow he's able to flip it in with his left hand.
9 for Braun. Turnaround. Coleman. Blumbergs with the rebound. Benson moves to his right, leaves it for Braun. Braun pulls down, now to his left. Looking for 3. Short. Picked up underneath, though. Good work. Underneath by Braun, and a feed from Freer.
Don't know how Freer saw Braun cutting down the lane, but a heads-up play for Braun to go to the front of the basket.
10-point lead. Coleman to his right. Bain for 3. Off the mark. And the blue jerseys having to hurry back. Benson. The Andre Washington call.
Washington get called. They're in the double penalty, so Benson's going to line to shoot 2. Look at this one more time. Freer was swallowed up on that baseline. I mean, he used to think of that out-of-bounds line as another defender. He had one defender on him, and somehow he was able to catch a piece of Braun's jersey going to the basket. He said, I think that's a friendly jersey. I'll throw it to him, and better to throw it, got to throw it to the Josh Braun. He knows how to get that ball in the bucket, whether he's on the outside knocking down threes or playing amongst the trees underneath. Gets that ball in the hole.
Deshaun Burke comes back in. Jared Martin back in.
Nice job by Adu. Yeah, once again, good minutes off that bench for Adu. He has earned himself some playing time. Come back in, you got Jared Martin in the game. Four starters out here. So let's see how this group finish out this last 5 minutes and 38 seconds of this half.
Tavon Ashmead in for the Colonials. Cole. Williams. Wide by Blumbergs. Over to Bain. Bain, bounce pass inside to Deshaun Burke. Burke swarmed by the Lopes. Travel once again. This time David Cole. Scott Williams is beside himself.
Well, you know, Cole's probably not one to take that outside shot. We talked about his size, being a redshirt freshman. He'd rather play in the perimeter. I'm not saying he can't make it out a long-distance shot, but he knows that's not his strength. If he's going to put that ball in the hole, he's going to have to learn to anchor a pivot foot and then power that ball off 1 or 2 dribbles to the basket.
Labor in for Blumbergs. Braun battling back out. And the Colonials end up with it. Quickly up to Williams in the corner. Williams swarmed. Cole comes back out. Deshaun Burke trying to slice, pulls back. Heavy rebound is collected there. Coleman, Bain rather, hits it for 3.
Yeah, often second chance rebounds kill you every time. Right now, the Colonials enjoying a 14-12 rebounding edge over the Lopes.
Freer inside. Martin quickly kicked out to Braun. 3-point attempt. It's good.
For the record, nice job, Josh Braun. Nice swing. I'm not sure who found him on the perimeter, but that was a beautiful job of executing the cross-court pass to perfection.
Tying him with Richard Davis for the most 3-pointers. Hits it one more time. He's the new record holder. On the floor, out to Williams. Freer got a hand on it. Outstanding. Get it. Benson! Bam!
Dan Marley fired up. He loved that effort by Oscar Freer. Goes down as a steal, but that was a big momentum swing right there. Push the team up by 14 points.
How about that? Oscar Freer. Athleticism. Meade. Bain. Short. Inbound coming in for GCU. Timeout on the floor. 38-24. The Lopes have opened up and lead over the Colonials. Josh Braun tying the GCU record for 3-pointers.
Richard Davis. Stay with us. We'll step aside, be back with the last 3:31 of this opening half.
GCU's College of Science, Engineering, and Technology offers a premier STEM education with relevant curricula designed to lead you to a career in the competitive fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. GCU is investing in the future of our STEM programs with multiple state-of-the-art facilities, providing students with access to cutting-edge technology. Our STEM education is motivated by a Christian worldview, which cultivates ethical decision-making. The College of Science, Engineering, and Technology fosters traits in adaptability, collaboration, creativity, as well as ethical and social awareness, which makes our graduates from our STEM programs more competitive. Through robust collaboration and partnership with industries that require a STEM-prepared workforce, our faculty concentrates exclusively on student success within a deeply nurturing Christian setting. Find out more at gcu.edu/CSET.
With 8 straight wins dating back to last season, the Lopes have the longest current winning streak in the nation. But this is how the landscape looks across the country when it comes to the first regular season AP poll. Duke with 2 wins last week. Coach K won his 1,000th game at Duke. He's the first coach to win 1,000 games at one school. He beat the Blue Devils in that top spot, followed by Michigan State, number 2. Arizona Wildcats at number 3. Kansas at number 4 and Villanova rounding out the top 5. Returning champ, defending champ UNC is at 9, followed by South Carolina at number 10. Now Arizona also won twice over the weekend, moving them up a bit in the top 5. And West Virginia was the only school in the top 25 to lose. They fell to Texas A&M, so really not much movement overall in the top 25.
Number 9.
And what was the Wildcats?
It's all political.
No, I think it was number 4.
No, number 3.
Oh, number 3, yeah, all the way to 3. And yours
but we're really just waiting for GCU to crack into this.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
Which team's number 3?
I'm not sure. I think it was Arizona.
The Wildcats.
25 run as you saw it over the last 6 minutes, 34 seconds for the Lopes. Laver had time to put that one home.
Well, you know, as sloppy as this has been in some aspects, with both teams turning the ball over a bunch tonight, GCU was really executed coming out of that timeout breaks on the offensive end. Now twice they found easy buckets.
Driving doesn't drop. Freyer's there. Then Mary back. I'm just looking at the score. I'm like, how did they open up a 16-point lead?
Yeah, and well, a lot of turnovers right now for the guys in blue shirts. This is easy too.
That was one for us.
Turn it over again. My goodness, when you got 13 turnovers in the first half, that ain't so hot. Coach gonna stand over there with, he got both hands on top of his head. Probably wishes he had an ice pack on top of his head right now. He's probably so hot.
Connell's on the bench.
Young freshman trying to operate out of the short block here.
Laver driving.
Oh, he got him with the chicken wing. They got the Italian stallion down there with the hook. Check out his left elbow right here. Let's see if he hooks the guy. Oh yeah, hooked him right up underneath the armpit there and on his way to the basket.
That look is, he's had that look of that shoulder shrug. What, me? What are you talking about?
I think he starts to talk in Italian when those officials make those questionable calls on him.
A safe thing to do.
I can't speak any Italian. So I wouldn't know what he was saying. Coach Marley's barking. He's bumping his gums at somebody.
He's probably not speaking Italian.
He doesn't know Italian either. We think that Jerry Colangelo could probably translate it for us, right?
Yeah, that might be dangerous. Williams all the way over to Washington. Washington driving in the paint. Right hand, not enough. Laver with the rebound. Gathers it in. Benson on the run. Benson quickly. Off the glass.
draws the foul.
Well, Vince, he's a crafty little fifth-year senior guard. He understands him. This is the double bonus. I have money from the free throw line. All I got to do is get a little body contact, get that ball up on the glass, and I'm going to the line to shoot two, maybe have the old-fashioned three-point play. Those guys came to party. They got basketballs on their heads. Oh, they're right behind us. I didn't even realize that.
Apparently a lot goes on behind us. Kobe Thomas to his right. Deshaun Burke. Bounce pass looking for Thomas. Out belongs to the Lopes.
Great job defensively once again for the Lopes swarming to the basketball. Robert Morris having a forgettable first half, trying to control this rock.
Benson comes back to his right, stops, passes to Braun. Braun with a quick turnaround for three. That is a new Grand Canyon University three-point all-time record. 198 three-pointers in his career for Josh Braun.
Yeah, nice job in transition. Thomas comes back and gets two, but couldn't happen to a better guy. And the guy got a 4.0 in the classroom, and no one can take away from him. He is the sharpest three-point shooter in the history of GCU.
Bull called for the personal fouls.
Yeah, Brains and Braun, the mayor, doing it right. A nice job right here, calling his own number. Sometimes when you hit one, you just got that extreme confidence. He loves it. He lets out a little rebel yell. So that's right, I'm number one, baby.
17 points in 18 minutes for Josh Braun.
Well, we talked about it. He came out 4 for 4 in his first game, and game number 1 against Florida A&M, and then he got tired. The legs left him. He said, hey, Scott, I got the looks I wanted, but I just couldn't get the shots to go in. He's looked much smoother throughout this entire first half here. He went 0 for 7 after making his first 4 last game.
Take a seat.
Yeah, give him a little blow. No sense in bringing him back down here on the defensive end where he might get a personal foul. Just get a little extra more time on that bench, going to the locker room. So he's fresh, coming out to half.
Timeout for the Colonials from Robert Morris University. 1:10 remaining, 46-26. As Paul Denuser announces to the crowd the new three-point record. And once again, a reminder to everybody during the holidays coming up, the Holiday Power Pack, 5 games for just $40. Here's your chance to take in a game premium seat. Great matchups, Little Rock on the 18th, Norfolk State on the 20th, San Diego on the 25th, Mississippi Valley coming in on the 18th of December, and Longwood on the 21st. Just log on to lopestickets.com or call the box office at 602-639-8979. 5 games for just $40.
I don't know how.
That's under $10, right?
Yeah. Who's giving this away? That is a gift in itself, right there. You want to talk about preseason or early season gift? Give that to somebody. You'll love that. Can't beat that with a bat.
Well, St. Mary's represented here. The choir singing. Soft put back by Kobe Thomas. Six points for Thomas. The Lopes 4 of their last 4 from the field. Petaway called.
Big fella. I don't know about Stallion. He definitely looked like a Clydesdale rumbling to the basket right there. I love the fact that Coach Marley's giving these guys the opportunity to play on the perimeter, put the ball on the floor. They got skills that I didn't have as a freshman.
Coming in was 0 for 2 from the line. He connects on the front end. Perfect from the line. There's Chigston.
differential shot and game clock. They went quick, though.
Where?
GCU's going to get the last shot of this
Interesting.
half, and Coach Majerle says, hey, I've been drawing these plays up with so much effectiveness, I'm going to try one more time here going into the locker room.
Looks like Braun's going to perhaps check back in. 26.2 on the clock. 20-point lead. Colonials came out firing. Toe-to-toe here early on. Went back and forth with the lead. The Lopes have opened it up. Coming off a 67-51 win over Florida A&M last Friday night. Looking for their 8th straight. So Marley mapping it all out. Braun is in. Spider-Man wearing purple.
That's got to be a custom order
coming
right
over
there.
to the GC. That's an excellent idea. The headphones. I can attest to that. That was an excellent idea. 17, 16, Benson. Braun comes out. Marley's not happy right now. 10. They want it activated in the corner. Laver turning around for 3 off the rim. Oh, Braun tried to put the putback. He got nailed by Petaway.
How about that? They drew the play up with a freshman near 7-footer to shoot the 3 going into the break.
But the Lopes are on top by 20, 48-28. Laver smiling and can't believe it. Let's send it over to Kate Longwood.
Well, Coach, it seems like we can't meet without talking about Josh Braun. He just scored 17 points in 18 minutes and broke the 3-point record with 198 here in a Lopes uniform. What can you say about Josh Braun?
It's pretty good. It's been good. My first recruit I ever had. He's been unbelievable. 6, 7 knee surgeries, ankle surgeries, concussions, cut lip, fat eye every day. He's amazing. This is what GCU is all about. So we just got to have another 17 in the second half.
Well, and the rest of the team really following suit as well. 60% shooting and 13 points off turnover. Some impressive stats. What stands out to you in this first half?
Just we're playing hard, which I like. We're sharing the ball. Defensively, we're down here really working. A couple turnovers early, but we're fighting, man. It's a good team. We got a long way to go.
All right, we wish you the best luck in the second half. 20-point lead right now for the Lopes, but as you heard it from Dan Marley, they've got a long way to go.
A long way to go. A 20-point lead, 48-28. The Lopes ended the half on a 30-9 run over the last 9 minutes, 53 seconds. We'll be back with more of our halftime festivities with Kate Longwood, Scott Williams, and yours truly, along with our crew here at GCU Arena. On this Monday evening in Phoenix, the Lopes are on top.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
All right, welcome back to the Lopes halftime show here on Your View Channel 4. GCU with a 20-point lead over Robert Morris University. I'm Kate Longworth, and you are watching the festivities here at GCU Arena halftime. It's the ladder guy in action. And also in action each and every game here at GCU Arena is the Havocs. And I am joined now by the VP of Game Day, Jake Bradshaw, and Shelby Langston, who is Vice President of Marketing. Guys, thanks so much for joining us, and we got to congratulate you. What you guys do here with the Havocs is absolutely incredible. We're talking about it each and every game, showing videos, showing photos. So first, Jake, just take me through, how many Havocs are there?
Well, every student on campus is a Havoc, and they're welcome to come to every game. But we have over 2,000 members that bought our all-access pass and get our gear and get priority seating for every game. And at every game, we have over 3,000 students, and they just come and have a great time.
What is it like with the Havocs group just getting bigger and better each and every game, it seems like?
Oh, people have so much fun. That's why they keep coming back. We keep adding new traditions, like our crowd surfing or like our We Ready chant before the game. We're always looking for new songs to stay up to date, and people really just have a fun time, and that's why they keep coming back.
And the Havocs are getting not only recognition here in the Valley, but you're getting national recognition. What is it like for you guys now to be a part of this student group that's being recognized for your spirit?
It's really cool, especially for the students. They get to see something that they're a part of and something that they're really proud of, and they get to see it be recognized. And they take a lot of pride in that as the students here. And a lot of students come in already with that pride, knowing that they want to be part of it.
And you're doing well as Vice President of Marketing, because people know who the Havocs are, but just take me through what your day-to-day duties include.
So day-to-day, for us, it involves setup. Personally, for me, I do our social media, and over the summer, we're planning our all-access gear. And then just day-to-day for Havocs, it's everything from getting ready for the game, setting up tailgates.
And you are in charge of the game day things, and I don't know if people know at home, but on every student's seat, there's a kind of a cheat sheet, if you will, that kind of explains some more details about the Lopes basketball team and their players, and also their opposition. What are those game notes like that you hand out to the players, to the fans rather?
Oh, we like to call it the Havocs Herald, and it just gives the students a little information, a little fun facts about the team we're playing, gives them a little dirt on the students, so they can jaw with them a little bit. It just makes it fun.
And that's what it seems to be all about. What pride do you guys take in the fact that people can come out here and truly enjoy a basketball game and the atmosphere?
Oh, we love that people have a fun time. That's what it's all about. We want people to come and just have a great time. And honestly, when the fans are having a good time, the team has a good time, and that just creates a winning culture.
And I know tonight you mentioned the all-access game is tonight. You guys sold out tickets in a matter of 15 minutes to 2,000 people. Take me through the swag that folks are sporting tonight.
So today the students, they got their all-access jerseys, which is what everyone's wearing tonight. They also got a fanny pack. Jake has that on. They got a pop socket for their phone, and they also got the hat that Jake's wearing.
Each and every game out here, you'll see different shirts, capes, hats. Havocs, they are where it is at when you're at GCU Arena, truly the sixth man. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us. Go have fun, and you guys stay right with us. We have more Lopes basketball coming your way right here on Your View.
I've been to other colleges, and GCU is the most student-friendly campus that I've been in.
I work full-time, I have a young family. Coming to class at night after work has been perfect with my schedule.
It allows me to still, work a 50 to 60-hour week, but also come to school.
I could have gone online, but I like the in-class experience.
I work full-time, and I'm also a parent, so having evening classes have been the best option for me.
Well, my favorite part of the program has definitely been the students and the faculty. especially the students. Our cohort has been really close, and we've become friends even outside of class.
We all have a relationship now, and it really helps you get through the program.
The professors have all been great.
The focus on the individual students is unlike any other campus I've been in.
What I've learned throughout my curriculum here at GCU, I've been able to apply on multiple levels.
It is one night a week, so it's a lot easier to attend classes, especially since I like the in-person interaction.
I know this knowledge is going to help me.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Back live at GCU Arena, Grand Canyon on top of Robert Morris, 48-28. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth, and our crew here at GCU Arena on a Monday night. So glad you could tune in to GCU basketball. It was kind of a fist fight there, toe-to-toe early on. Robert Morris came to play.
Yeah, a little sloppy early on. Both teams offensively couldn't get it going, but then GCU picked it up on the defensive end, forced a gang of turnovers that they turned into points.
Let's take a look at our opening half highlights. We see Manny McConnell feed Kobe Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas was really good there on that first play. Not a whole lot after that, but I love the way Benson just takes that ball and gets some penetration and finds a teammate to dish it off to, and then he calls his own number there. You'll see a lot of Benson right-hand drives throughout the course of this season. Bain says, hey, what you can do at one end, I can do at the other, as he gets in for a hot spot too. And I love this one by Braun. He just outworked the Colonials on that possession and got himself an easy two-pointer, but it all changed with the momentum. Off of that bench on the defensive end, he really got the crowd fired up, giving up his body with charges and steals like that. A do hard to the rack. I said he looked a little bit like Dwayne Wade, and then Braun somehow gets to the front of the rim there, and then here's the record setter. No, wait, one more by Benson. Oscar Freire, that was just a tremendous job tracking that ball down in front of the GCU bench.
198, a new all-time record for Grand Canyon University. His third of the evening. Take a look at the halftime stats. Lead is 20. Field goal percentage way in favor, 56% shooting. 4 of 10, 3 of 10, pretty close there. Free throws, Lopes have been there a lot more. 16 of 19 points in the paint, more than double. And fast break points, 7 to 6.
Yeah,
Certainly the big story. And again, the bench playing a big factor, the rotation that the Lopes and Majerle have on the court.
A ton of confidence for those guys coming off the bench right now, whether it's Fifi Adu or Martin or even the young freshmen coming there with a gang of confidence. And they do it at the defensive end. Communication, the switching, the trapping, double teaming, getting steals, and looking ahead when they get the basketball, they kick it ahead and they get an easy layup. So the fast break points, 7-0. But really the fact they got to the line nearly 20 times in that first half.
No doubt about it. They lead by 20. We'll be back with more of our halftime festivities. Kate Longworth will be back in just a moment. So keep it right here on Your View.
Earning your RN to BSN degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. Finding your purpose takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience delivering our accredited RN to BSN program 100% online. Graduate in as few as 16 months, learning from full-time practicing nurse faculty in small classes. Integrate your education with your faith and Christian worldview.
Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things that can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, is setting me up for success. To have someone say, I want you, that's a lot for someone like me. They're changing people's lives. By changing my life, now you changed my little brothers and sisters because they saw that I went to college. It'll just be, you know, my greatest accomplishment, not just because it's a diploma, but because, you know, I did what no one really thought I could do. When they say, find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. A live look inside GCU Arena as the two teams take the court, getting ready to finish off the second half. Lopes right now with a 20-point lead at the break. And the mayor, Josh Braun, leading the way. He had 17 points in 18 minutes. But the big story in the first half was that he set a new record in a Lopes uniform, 4 threes with 198. And if we know Josh Braun, he will still be going tonight and, of course, throughout the rest of the season. Casey Benson, the transfer from Oregon for the Lopes, he has 10 points to his name. And if you look at Robert Morris, the big story here is that Thomas just finished the game against Ohio State. He had 22 points to his name, but the Lopes holding him to just 6 tonight. And McConnell, he's the other leading scorer. He only played 6 minutes in the first half due to some foul trouble. He only has a bucket to his name. Meanwhile, the Lopes trying to do exactly what they did in the first half, scoring a lot on turnovers. They'll try to keep that pressure on the defense and then carry that momentum over onto offense. The mayor, Josh Braun, ready to get things started here. It's a 20-point lead for the Lopes, but we all know Dan Marley. No lead is safe. He wants perfection. And when he's going to go out there, I'm guessing, guys, the second half is really just see his team playing some good fundamentals with the basketball, finessing some of those things they've been working on in practice.
Mayer has shown up here tonight. 3 3-pointers, a new GCU all-time mark. Josh Braun, 17 points in the opening half.
Yeah, did it all. I mean, it wasn't just the threes. He went down underneath and scraped hard for some buckets there, getting on the offensive glass. And I love that one right there, moving without the basketball. He puts a clinic on how to play this game from an intelligent level. I mean, brains in Braun out there, and now record holder.
3 of 4 from the arc.
Who do you think's more popular in here tonight? Governor Ducey or Josh Braun, the mayor?
In here? I'm thinking it's Josh Braun.
I think the mayor wins this one tonight. It should be his night. He just set the record, right?
Yeah.
Just a couple away from 200 now.
Amazing career. And as Coach Marley told Kate at halftime, it's his very first recruit, and he epitomizes what GCU is all about. High esteem, high remarks from head coach Marley.
Yeah, I mean, because he excels in the classroom.
Yep.
He is a teammate first before he's the WAC player of the year. He doesn't put his own accolades in front of what's the best for his team.
It's amazing what can come your way if you put others ahead of yourself. Kobe Thomas to inbound right in front of the Havoc. John Williams. Sean Burke. Burke to his right. Burke driving. Off the glass and in.
You can see Coach Toole told these guys, we are not settling for any more outside shots. If we're going to get beat, we're going to get beat going to the hole.
Braun for 3. Good!
Coach Marley fired up about something after that play, and the execution was wonderful. I wonder if that's what he's fired up about, but that was a great job getting an open look for the hottest guy on the floor.
Williams drives, pulls back out, leaves it for Burke. Burke. Right hand floater, he picks up.
How was that not traveling? He passed it to himself.
Interesting.
I think the officials just missed that one.
Williams. Left hand high, not there, Vernon.
Vernon doing a nice job tonight, controlling the paint. He got, first rebound. That's kind of shocking to me, but he's been all over the glass.
Sloppy, Burke takes it.
Vernon to Freyer. Freyer to his left. Blumberg pulls down, drives. Loses the handle, pushed out by Vernon. Luckily to Freyer. Back into Vernon. Vernon with a short jumper. Deshaun Burke. Burke leaves for Thomas.
Notice these Colonials, everything to the rack. Coach Toole loves to see his team compete. He doesn't feel they competed at their highest level in that first half. So he sent them a message here. We're going to attack offensively. I don't want to see any shots outside that paint unless there's not a defender within 5 feet of you.
Benson walks his way up, leaves for Vernon underneath. Draws the foul, no bucket.
What a dish by Casey Benson. He had to float that ball with a touch all of a Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. He just got to kind of time this here to be able to give just enough air and space where Vernon can run to the ball and get it before one of the Colonials can get a paw on and knock it out of bounds.
Back in. So quiet here at the free throws. Very odd feeling. McConnell. Burke. Driving, swatted by Freyer.
You shall not pass. Oscar Freyer on patrol in the paint.
Braun. Cole.
I don't know how many times Oscar Freyer is playing either on the ball or off the ball and waits for somebody to go up and try to float one over the top of him. It's kind of like the old Ali rope-a-dope. He's like, I'll bait you into trying to shoot this thing, and then I'm going to bat it back in your face.
Braun quickly to Blumberg. Back to Braun. McConnell's on him.
Hey, he dribbled off his foot. He said, hey, they're closing out on my threes. They know I've knocked down a bunch of them tonight. Next time I do it, I'm going to do a little shoulder shrug and go to the basket. Unfortunately, dribbled off his 14s and out of bounds.
Williams to his right, now back to his left. Thomas leaves it there for McConnell. McConnell drives in.
They're going to get Braun with a full hand. But McConnell, hey, almost forgot who he was. He spent so much time on that pond in the first half. When he got in foul trouble and had to go to the bench with about 10 minutes to go in the half, it's really when GCU was able to pull away, and Robert Morris had a tough time finding another score.
McConnell. Kobe Thomas, nowhere to go.
They're doing a good job swallowing up Thomas.
Burke, bounce pass, Petaway. Off the glass, past Blumberg.
I really like the way that kid puts his head down and goes to the rack. This Petaway, big, strong kid.
Freyer, careful. Petaway on him, down to Vernon, off the glass. And a drop.
Yeah, he had McConnell on. McConnell wanted no part of getting a fourth foul, not to mention the fact that I think Vernon probably outweighs him by about 35 or 40 pounds.
Williams, Matty McConnell to his left, Deshaun Burke. Burke drives to his left, doesn't go, rebound underneath.
Petaway. No, excuse me, it wasn't Petaway, it was Thomas. Yeah. Thomas using his length underneath, a hard-fought rebound and opportunity to go to the line.
Blumberg's goal.
This one more time. This one, Freyer gets beat. He tries to come from behind. He and was it Blumberg's down there. Both of them might have got some fingertips on that basketball and knocked it out, but it was Thomas who quick back up off that floor. Look at those shoes Thomas has got on. You get a shot of those red, white, and blue shoes. You got to get a pair of those before this team leaves town.
Yeah, you look good in those.
You look good in that.
I know you do. Look at your chiseled.
That's so chiseled anymore.
Benson. Vernon turning towards the bucket. It's inside now to Benson. Benson's going to drive. Little floater. Not there. Pulled down by McConnell. McConnell on the run. Freyer inching in. Blumberg.
They said Blumberg's kicked it. He didn't kick it. As so as he stepped on the top of it with those size 15s.
Those are big shoes.
He's lucky he didn't twist an ankle or tweak a knee.
Williams back over to Thomas. Thomas pulls down, now swatted by Vernon. Freyer can't get it. Pulled down by Deshaun Burke. Back to Thomas. Looked to go baseline. Did it, tried to do it again. Freyer said, no, you're not. Burke.
They're bumping their gums at him. They did a nice job by Freyer. Look at the freshman going down on the floor for the ball.
Freyer. He wants some of it. And he gets it.
Yeah, that was impressive. Man did it. Yeoman's working on the defensive end, comes down and then knocks down the long ball in transition.
Williams swarmed there. Petaway's got some room. Up over the top was Freyer.
Freyer was like trying to get his third block in the last minute and a half. Unfortunately, good execution of the ball fake. Look at Benson throwing his body around like a sack of potatoes.
Went in relentless. Timeout on the floor. 57-38. The Lopes on top of the Colonials from Robert Morris University. 20 points for Braun, 10 for Benson. Leading the Lopes. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
All right, thank you guys. Well, we're talking a lot about the transition into Division I sports and what the Lopes are all about. But, however, after you leave one of these GCU games, if you're a fan out here, you will see that the lights are still on throughout campus, and a lot of students are still out there having fun because of intramural sports and a lot of recreation going on. And so we have Zach, who is an intramural coordinator, and Matt Lamb with the campus rec director, and Zach Erdman. And Zach, take me through just what you do for intramurals out here.
Well, to say what I do as a job is I'm very thankful for. I work through it. We have 12 or 14 intramural sports and students, and I work with training officials, and we keep kids involved outside of the classroom. It's really, really fun.
And Matt, how much has your job grown in the fact that the student population here has grown as well?
Oh, I mean, every year it's a new challenge to add more teams, but it's a lot of fun to see what we can do with the more students.
And I know right now there's a lot to cheer about when it comes to intramural sports. Take me through exactly how far the flag football team went.
Yeah, so we had the opportunity to take some guys that won our league here and go compete in a regional tournament against schools from all over the Southwest, and they made it all the way to the final game. Unfortunately, they lost that last game, but it was great to see them make it that far.
And Zach, why is it so important to have an intramural program on campus?
I think it's just enjoyable for the kids to be able to get outside of the classroom and make friends and build friendships that'll last the rest of their lives, because there's so much more to college than just going to class. That's part of it, but the intramural stuff is also enjoyable.
And what most people don't know, however, if they were a collegiate athlete or rather a high school athlete, they know intramurals can be very competitive too, right? Because there's a lot of high school athletes still ready to play.
It sure is. Very, very, very competitive.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and have fun out there.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's send it back over to you. And Barry Scott, we know how great the Division I sports teams are. I can only imagine what the intramural and recreation leagues are like around here.
There's always nonstop activity. I mean, there's tons of club sports teams, 21 D1 athletic programs here. The club sports is just enormous. And then the intramurals. I mean, the kids are just staying active and participating on campus. Why not? We're in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, game on. I mean, obviously, go outside year-round as long as you're hydrating, have some fun.
And a lot of these facilities are used not just by the 21 athletic teams. They're open to all the students. You know, folks, Rich Reed, when he's leaving late with the rest of the crew, and they see students out playing on the beach volleyball courts.
Tough call that time on Keontae Vernon. Got a little handsy on that rebound. Wasn't enough
to
knock anybody over, but this is being hypersensitive. Some of the physical play underneath right now is going to clean it up a bit.
Maintain a 20-point lead, have the Lopes. Officials, Mark Beasley making his way over. Inbound, John Williams. DeAndre Washington.
Love the way Frere slides his feet in a step slide. Oh, he's got some quick feet.
Washington, near side.
Yeah, they're gonna get Vernon again. Drew a little too aggressive trying to jump out there on that double team. Got it with the screen, and that's going to be KV's third. See the way he looked over at Coach Ball. Hey, Coach, I was doing what you taught me. They still called me for a foul. You can't believe it.
Williams. Kick back out, Washington. Too much. Underneath, though, is Coleman. That's swatted away. Vernon said, I'm ticked off.
You did mean mug on that one.
Fryer for three. Oscar Fryer.
It's rated threes up here in the House of Havoc tonight. Everybody wants a piece of it. Oscar Frere, Josh Braun. Who else wants a three?
Keontae wants a three. Okay, never mind. Benson. Frere.
Why not?
Come on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I want a three now.
No, you stay over here with me. Oscar Frere rated
Who else wants a three?
Look at Benson firing up the Havocs in the student section. This place is lit.
64-38. Don't get close to Oscar. He's hot. He's on fire.
I love this one right here because Casey Benson just sees him the whole time, but kind of waits at the last minute to look over to him, gives him a chance to get his feet set, and that was just a heat check. Yeah, you got three in a row, and why not? Get it going like that. Knock him down. Trying to push this thing out to a 30-point lead right now. Seems on a 26-point lead. You still got 14 minutes, 4 seconds to go, and doing a much better job taking care of the basketball this half than they did the first.
8 of 14 from the arc are the Lopes. Robert Morris 0 for their last 5 from the field. The Lopes are on a 7-0 run over the last minute 12. 3 for their last 3.
Well, you got those bigs down there patrolling that paint. I mean, I think Frere's blocked 1, maybe 2. Blumberg's got a fingertip on 1, and Keontae Vernon, he blocked 1 so hard. I think he dented the basketball, and they were off and running. When he blocks it with an intensity, like he's mad at the ball for even attempting to go in the basket that he's defending. There it is right there, 12 points, 3 for 3 from behind the arc. Big O is getting her done.
And 6 rebounds as well. Mark Beasley.
That last 3 was a 2-pointer.
Okay. Last 3-pointer was a 2-pointer. The Havocs. Havocs getting a little unruly behind us. Braun. Benson, bounce pass, Martin. Martin to his right, Frere. Now back beyond the arc. Oh, he tried to move in on Burke. Good move by Deshaun Burke. So they may get Jared Martin.
One thing the Lopes generally do very well is don't get caught up too much on the one-on-one dribble battle, that and-one basketball. Coach Majerle has them. If you can't get by somebody with the initial move, swing the ball will move faster than the defenders. That time Frere really got into a one-on-one battle with Burke, and Burke got the better of him.
Labor in.
Yeah, Labor comes in, and I know Keontae Vernon's not going to get credit for a whole lot of points in this game tonight, but he's done a good job on that defensive end. Really tough and forcing these Colonials into some hard looks underneath.
Benson moving in. Hide there by Burke. Ooh, loses it to Burke. Burke to Thomas.
Well, that's one of the things we talked about when we highlighted Burke in the starting lineups, is that he had 3 steals against Ohio State on Friday night. And he is a thief. You cannot just go at him thinking that you're going to be able to get by him. That's what he does. He's got 6 steals in this game tonight. We still got 13 minutes to go. 6 steals, wow.
Havoc's rolling out giant. There's those fidget spinners behind the net there.
They get pretty creative on that baseline, don't they? Anything to try to distract the foul shooter.
2017's version of Pet Rock. Frere. Away from the ball. Looks like Cole. Cole is going to pick up his 5th. Take a seat.
Tough game for Cole tonight. I know he would have liked to have been able to be a little more active throughout the rest of this game. He's got to learn to play without fouling.
Braun, his 3 pulled down by Frere. There was 3 blue around him. Braun. He loses it. Getting a little sloppy with the ball. Picked up by the Colonials. Deshaun Burke quickly to McConnell. Floater, short. Frere, back into McConnell underneath. And put back by Kobe Thomas.
You don't see Oscar Frere get his pocket picked very often, but these Colonials, they were on the verge of getting blown out of this thing by 30 points after a couple threes by Oscar Frere. But one thing the coach told me they'd do, they will not stop competing. And that's what they've done here in these last 3 minutes.
You could see things getting heated up with Kobe Thomas and Jared Martin, and then Martin got possession, started to move, and Thomas slapped him.
Well, these are young men.
Yep.
And right now, the Colonials are getting their manhood tested by being down by over 20 points. So they want to show GCU they're going to fight to the final horn tonight. Another turnover they get.
Wow. Got to wipe the hands down with a towel or something. Washington. Martin with the rebound.
It's like the first outside shot I can remember the Colonials shooting this whole second half. They've been hard to the rack most on everything that they've done.
Benson comes back from the left. Up high and in.
Talk about hard to the rack. Casey Benson got on his horse. A little hippity hop across the lane. Floated one over the top of the defense.
Off the mark there for Charles Bain and Benson. $11 points for Benson.
Yeah, just 14 of 43 right now, though, for the Colonials. GCU making it real tough for them to score the ball. That's going to be trouble right there, because that's going to put the mayor at the line. He don't miss very often from the free throw line.
Timeout on the floor, the lead 65-43 for GCU over Robert Morris. We'll be back with more. 11:23 to go in the second half on Your View.
I'm Sarah. I'm a senior at GCU studying hospitality management. Since the program started, it's already grown so much. There's so many opportunities for students to be able to learn outside of the classroom. We have the golf course, we have the hotel, the restaurant. My professors are industry professionals. It makes me feel comfortable knowing that I'm being trained in relevant information. When you graduate from GCU with a hospitality degree, people know that you're prepared. I think it makes you better equipped to handle any situation. It makes you more valuable, especially here in Phoenix when there's so many opportunities. The best part about being a GCU student is just the fact that I'm in a community where everyone supports me and everyone wants to see me succeed. One of the things I love about GCU is just the importance they place on servant leadership. I serve in the children's ministry, teaching Sunday school. It's incredibly rewarding. GCU is helping me find my purpose.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. A live look inside GCU Arena where the Havocs are doing what the Havocs do, right? Right now, Grand Canyon giving the Havocs a lot to cheer for with a 65-43 lead over Robert Morris University. And taking a look at games tonight around the WAC. New Mexico State locked in the tie with St. Mary's right now, 32-all. That game up in Northern California. Bethune-Cookman fell to UTRGV. The final there, 92-74. And Cal State Bakersfield came up short tonight at Georgia Southern. 77-53 was the final there. And guys, of course, pregame we talked about the wild week in Utah Valley had back-to-back at Kentucky and Duke. That's rough for anyone. Utah Valley really hung out with Kentucky, only falling by 10, but then they were beat by Duke 30 points this past weekend.
GCU fast break points 15-2 over Robert Morris. They lead it 65-43. 20 points for Josh Braun, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. He's at the free throw line now.
Yeah, shooting the front end of a one-on-one here, and you know, mid-season, you know, these were money. Let's see how the early going if he's got his stroke down. Don't look at me. I just was trying to say that, you know, that early in the season, sometimes it's hard to walk to that line after you come out of a timeout knocking one down. Ice the shooter.
Nice to have a nice cushion as far as the lead is concerned. Shaq Carr. Seen limited minutes here. Back in the game. Martin, he likes the three. That's off the mark.
Flat, real flat on that three. Got to put a little more air underneath. And when I say that, I mean the air between the rim and the height of the basketball at its apex.
Bounce pass, Petaway. Line by Martin. Williams. Fifi-Adu over to the scorer's table to check in. Burke. Floater. Doesn't go. Frere with the rebound.
Frere goes up high for those boards. Snatches 8th Rodman tonight to go along with 11 boards. Excuse me, 11 points.
Inside the Labor. Labor being worked by Petaway. Gets some support. It's picked off by Charles Bain. Ball control for Labor, a little bit of an issue down low. Off the mark, picked up by Bain. Turnaround off the glass and in.
Well, Labor's got to learn. Hey, you turn the basketball over like that. Anything that comes off the rim at the other end on the next possession, you need to snatch. He was kind of pouting his head and didn't get out of his position to go get that weak side carry.
Kerwin Smith making his way over there. Maybe Labor's coming out. Frere stopped. Picked up by Washington. Kicks out. Hooping a harm there, Deshaun Burke.
Wow, I mean, he took a blow from Martin and still had the concentration to lay that thing in the hole. It's been a nice little mini spurt right here for the Colonials. They were down 26 and have fought themselves back into this game. I mean, they got a slim chance of trying to win this one. Certainly the way that they're finishing this game has got to be impressive to their staff and to their fan base.
Braun, Frere, Labor check out.
Matt Jackson back in. Fifi and Kerwin Smith seeing his first minutes. Right to his left, Fifi Adu, eyed by Leandre Washington. Coming out is Ronnie Go. Washington drives. Washington.
Well, it's good.
Fifi got an arm up there.
Yeah, he got that off arm, kind of like a running back, giving a straight arm to a defender trying to make a tackle, but the officials didn't call it because he didn't extend it. When you got that elbow out, that's one thing. You got that arm bar, but when you extend your fist now away from your chest, that's when the official's going to call you for the offensive foul. So nice job by Adu playing under control. But boy, they cannot solve this free throw line. Turnovers and missed free throws. Good thing this is not a game in the single digits.
Lopes drought, 2:44 and counting. Williams, Washington, back to Williams. Looks to his left, looks inside, nobody home. Now to his right, Washington. Looking for some help, drives down, comes back out. Ooh, Carr got a hand on it, now it's underneath and the putback.
We get a couple deflections. They didn't turn out to be anything good, but you got to like the way GCU made them fight hard for that basket. You want to see them get a layup, but they were extending their defense, trapping on the perimeter, got a couple deflections. Coach Martin live with that.
3:20 and counting as the Colonials have gone on a 12-2 run. The drought continues. Carr trying to put an end to it. Stoned there by Ronnie Gomes.
Yeah, they're going to call charge on Shaq Carr. Gomes got his feet outside that restricted area, and the defender did a good job making sure. Look at the defender here. He stays right on that right shoulder, doesn't let Carr come back and knife away from Gomes underneath who takes that blow. Real impressive defensive effort by the Colonials last 6 or 7 trips down on the floor.
Barry Martin out, Braun and Casey Benson back in. McConnell. Gomes. Williams. Back to Washington. Washington. Bounce pass. In the go. Turning. Driving along the. Stepped out. Mark Beasley right there to see it.
Hey, can I just give Kerwin Smith a little bone here because he did a really nice job staying patient defensively on that block and didn't go for any pump fakes.
Oscar Freier's been lighting it up here, in particular the second half. He's got 11 points and he hit a few from the arc.
I love the way this young man comes off that pine with a ton of confidence, and he does on the defensive end first, and then that gets himself going on the offensive end. He's just quick to the hole and patrolling that paint. So you get a couple going inside early, and now all of a sudden that basketball hoop looks like the size of a hula hoop, and you just start canning them from everywhere. I thought he had 3 threes. Officials came over to the scorer's table and changed one of them to a deuce, but he'll take the 11 points, a couple threes behind the arc.
Head coach Nicole Powell and the Lady Lopes hit the road for 2 games at Cal Poly and UNLV after today's matchup. They'll be back at the GCU Arena on November 22nd when they face off against Benedictine from Mesa, Arizona. Game time, 6 p.m. If you can't make it out to GCU Arena, cheer on the Lopes. Be sure to watch the game online at gcu.tv.
Yeah, I really like that. Bree Mobley, Jessica Zuski. She's been here, I think, longer than Josh Braun has. She's pumped in so many points for the Lady Lopes. And August Richard, she's impressed me. And I got to give Caitlin Lee, I got to give her big mad up for the way she played against the Duke Blue Devils the other night. She got it done. I think she had 10 or 11 points. She was in double figures. She was working hard underneath the basket, throwing in little lefty and righty hooks around the hole.
I think we were all talking after the game that GCU women's team plays like that. They're going to do well in the WAC.
Yeah, I think I give a lot of Coach Nicole Powell. She didn't let her team get overwhelmed by playing a team like Duke. And remember, they got blown out a year ago when they played Duke.
90-47.
Much better showing.
Yep. Braun back in the game. Been stuck on 20 for a while. Shooting 57.1%. Shooting the Lopes threes 46.7%. Free throws 72%.
Man, look at Colonials. They got their man pressure all the way back out here in the backcourt, pressing Benson. I'll tell you what, I mean, it's 15 points. Feel comfortable right now, but you little middles 8-2 spurt here.
Yep.
This place is going to get real tight.
3:46 and counting. The Lopes scoring drought.
Yeah, Lopes need a bucket. Oh, no. Oh, I think he dribbled off his. Oh, no, there you go, foul. They have McConnell. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's got the 22 and the 23 mix. That was Gomes.
You thought, who'd you think was Petaway? How about Gomes?
Yeah,
he looks like
I think those guys wake up with 10-pound dumbbells for breakfast.
They are run into that guy.
What is going on? Somebody better check that basket. I don't know if it's the proper height. You don't see all these GCU Lukes missing free throws. Did he get the offensive foul? Yeah. Benson did a nice job taking that shoulder right on the C in its chest. There it is, the hard drive here. Look at Benson, gets just enough right there in front of the defenders, and it's Burke who bushes him off with that left shoulder.
Burke's got 4. Benson was right. Jackson pulls down, leaves it there for Braun. Benson.
Who's going to make a bucket? Who wants to step up and make a hoop right here?
It's Kerwin.
Kerwin, he got the offensive foul. He wasn't in good position before Benson took off around the top, and we're going to get him up out of the game, coming back in with a little bit more know-how than Keontae Vernon.
You gotta play with a little bit more energy. Coming in off the bench like that, seeing limited minutes, you gotta bring it.
Yes, you do.
Gome. McConnell. Vernon in for Kerwin.
Oh, Gome. He got it poked away from behind. He had himself an easy dunk, and he powered it up to the hole. Tried the pump fake in and gave the GCU defender enough time to poke it away from behind.
Inbound Williams, quickly to McConnell. He wanted to take the shot. Vernon was out there quickly. Thomas, off the glass and in.
Well, buckle your seatbelts. I want to say I've seen a 26-point lead sweep down here to 13, and they've cut it in half in about the last 8 minutes. So Lopes got to hang on here, take care of that basketball, and start making some free throws. And how about a bucket from behind outside the paint?
17 points here in the second half. 5.5 minutes.
Yeah. Coleman, they didn't secure that ball. They gave Benson blinking his eyes. He got ringed in the nose, I think, right by the chest of Coleman. And he's got to settle himself down here. GCU needs some free throws. They need something to get off this snide.
Minutes. It's their last bucket. Warrior in. Fifi Adu checks out. Coleman for McConnell. Back over to Kobe Thomas. Thomas driving out. Coleman loses it. Braun on the run. Coleman's going to pick it up and push it out. Martin in for Jackson.
Now Lopes got the two they needed from the free throw line of Benson, and then come down and get a big turnover on the other end defensively. So 6 minutes to play, 15-point lead. Finish strong.
Lopes haven't had a field goal in 5:49. Away from the...
Yeah, down the post up. They're going to send Vernon to the line. I don't know if that's their version of the hack-a-shack, or Dome knew that Vernon's not the best from the free throw line, or if he was just trying to get too aggressive, not allowing Keontae Vernon to get low post position, drove that knee up between the back of Vernon and got whistled for the foul.
2 on Gome. Thomas to Williams. 5:45 and counting. Holman gets back out. McConnell into the paint. Cardinola to his right. Knocked out. 13 on the shot clock. The Colonials to inbound. Williams.
Easy. I don't know why they would get up on the high side that time on McConnell. You know that this kid wants to put that ball in the rack. He's such a smart basketball player. He just went right to the hole and they just dumped it down to him going to the lane. And they bottled him up most of the night. He only got 2 points, but that was just a little too easy. .72% free throw shooter a season ago. Matty McConnell. Ball and go. Third on him. Yeah, this is going to be one of those situations where it takes a little pressure off of Keontae Vernon. It's not just a one-on-one situation where the first free throw becomes so important. You know you're going to the line because you got the double bonus. You have a chance to shoot 2 from the free throw line. Quick one, tickling that twine all of a sudden. Remember how he banked the first one in? Now it looks like, yeah, you're pure shooter. Floater. Williams brings it up. McConnell. Back to Williams. To his left. Burt. Thomas. Leaves it there for Williams. Williams comes out. Stops. Martin on him. Nowhere to go. McConnell looks for 3. That's off the mark. Vernon picks up the rebound. Majerle saying, okay, the break's not there. Let's get into our half-court set here and execute something. We get a high percentage shot. Quickly to Braun, off the mark, picked up the rebound, the floater. That doesn't go. Vernon can't put it back. Hadaway picks it up. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with that basket. The Lopes were on fire in the first half, knocking down everything inside and out. Other than a couple long bombs by Frere here in the second half, it's been tough sledding. In the corner, long distance, dialed up by Deshaun Burke. Benson. Benson driving. Hadaway got a hand on it. I think a couple guys blocked that thing up at the rim. Came over and helped out and swatted it away. Timeout on the floor. The Lopes lead is now 13. Keep it right here. 3:59 to go on your view.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
(69-56), GCU on top of Robert Morris here with 3:59 to go. Has been a drought in scoring for the Lopes, other than the free throw line, but they've been plenty of blocks.
Oh yeah, BYOB block party on the 7 o'clock on the 10th floor. Meet me up top, because these guys have absolutely patrolled that paint, whether it's Frere, Vernon, or Martin, Blumbergs, Lavers. They all want to show up at that party. I'll tell you what. Great job defensively. Hasn't always been silky smooth offensively, but the blocks have happened. I wish I could read the names on the stat sheet. I'd tell you how many each person had, but something happened to the copy machine.
It's like the scoring drought.
Nothing's working right here in the second half.
Inside, Benson from Frere. Benson turns off balance.
Yeah, but that's just a crafty little play there by Casey Benson, because there's 2 seconds on the shot clock. He's swallowed up by a defender. Nothing good that would have got up on that rim was going in, but he just leans in enough. It's crafty enough to get a piece of the defender. Now he goes to the line where he can stroke his 2 free throws.
Benson connects front end. 16 for Benson. 2 players on the court with 4 personal fouls for the Colonials. Washington and Burke with 4. Washington driving is Burke. Not there, pulled down by Frere. Battled after by Burke, and Frere would have none of it.
No, and that's the way you secure a rebound right there. And you go in here, somebody wants to get on your arm or your wrist, you just rip that basketball up out of their face. Not to throw an elbow, but just that demonstrous move there with your body. You stay within the framework of your shoulders. If they want to reach in there with their nose and get popped in their nose or in the eye, that's on them. Look at this right here. The Big O's done it tonight. I mean, you talk about the defensive effort. He's also on the glass. He's got himself 12 points now to go on with those 9 boards.
McConnell. Burke back out. Bain to his right. Washington kicks back over to Burke. Burke in the corner for McConnell for 3. Not there. Rebound by Burke. Swatted by Braun into Jared Martin's hands.
I was going to say, watch McConnell in the 3. The defense lost track of him, but he has been cold as ice tonight. Not been able to get off the launch pad at all. They're just taking the air out of the ball now. They want to use all of this shot clock, or as much of it as they can.
Benson. Oh, man. Could you go check that hoop? Seriously. So get somebody from Arena Maintenance out here. Washington, he's off the mark. Bain inside. Petaway. That doesn't go. Frere. Petaway hits the ground. Vernon.
They got a personal foul, and then I think they got a technical foul. The official looked like he teed somebody up.
I think Keontae got a little fired up.
Well, I don't know if the foul was even on Keontae, but maybe he thought that it might have been and said something to the official. Coach Marley's over there giving him an earful too. He said, hey, look, as a player you play, let the coaches ride the officials. That's what they get paid for. Oh, and you can tell, it looked like Vernon's elbow came down on the top of the face of Petaway and knocked him to the ground. He might be eating something soft for dinner tonight. Yeah, technical foul, Keontae Vernon. Will McConnell. 1 for 5 from the line and 1 of 3 from the free throw. Must be 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 of 5 from the field. He's had that early foul trouble. Just was never. He wanted to have a better showing tonight. Obviously, just never able to quite get it going. Look at Casey Benson. He's got the mop out here at half court. He's doing it all tonight. He's mopping the floor. Coach Marley's like, what are you doing, son? Your job is to play. We got people in the arena that will take care of that stuff. He can't believe it.
Something weird's happening.
And Benson wants to make sure nobody gets hurt. Says, hey, it's all wet out here. Can we get a timeout? Can somebody take care of this sweat?
Gonna have to wipe down Coach Marley. Looks like he's been working it too.
Yeah, after he's done with the floor, go give the towel to Coach Marley. Let him dry off a little bit. He's sweating through his shirt pretty good. A
little
there,
Sean Miller working there. Timeout on the floor, 2:42.
Yeah, is this just officials timeout, or did one of the teams call a timeout? I know they want to take care of the floor. Guess the towel didn't work, so now they're coming out here with something a little bit more heavy duty. A couple of them got a squeegee and a dust broom here or something.
A little housekeeping. Trip up the official.
All right, now that's cleaned up. Can we get back to the business of basketball?
Still plenty of energy in the Havets. Martin. Benson.
He missed them both, huh? Wow, so they just went 4 attempts from the free throw line. They just made one of them. Maybe there's something wrong with both of these baskets. Who hung these baskets tonight?
We're going to get names, I'll tell you that.
Somebody needs to go back to the JV squad.
9 minutes and counting for a field goal. Braun for 3.
30-second violation there on the air ball. Going to give it back to Robert Morrison.
This game was at a fevered pitch to begin, and then it's just gotten just off the rails.
This second half seems like it has taken twice as long as the first half to play. A lot of more fouls, a lot more turnovers, obviously some technicals, but GCU, they somehow lost a little of that mojo they had in the first half. There's another turnover. Travel. Good job defensively. Who was that down on that block there? Doing it once again. It was Benson or Martin. One of those guys down there playing without fouling. Under 2 minutes to play. GCU in control with this 16-point lead. Look at this full court presser here by Robert Morris. No quit this team.
Braun driving.
John Williams playing so hard. He hit the deck. He slid about 12 feet. You want to talk about a wet spot on the floor. There's definitely a wet spot over there.
Braun inside the labor, turn around. Oh, it doesn't go. Put back doesn't go. Oh, my goodness. Jared Martin. Thank you.
And Jared Martin with his second field goal of the night. Able to get that one in on the 3rd attempt, or maybe the 4th attempt.
Williams.
Inside, Petaway. Turning, shooting over Labor. Both teams putting end to droughts. Quickly up to Braun. Braun driving, careful McConnell from behind. Lopes ball.
That's going to send Braun to the line. He just hit. He's been on 20 points for a minute. Now he's going to go back to the line for a couple more free throw. Oh, no, I take that back. There's no foul. They poked it away from behind and out of bounds. So out of bounds down there on the baseline, that far corner. That's always a tough spot. Never liked that spot.
1 minute left to go. 18 on the shot clock. Oh, Braun leaves it. Petaway gonna pick it up, put it home. Turnal. Well, he's not gonna be happy with that. Benson. Oh. How did that, what happened there?
They get poked away from behind once again. Just no ball security here out of the Lopes in the second half.
Definitely going to be a teaching lesson despite the decisive victory. McConnell.
Here's his three he's been waiting for. Oh, he didn't get that one to go either. All right, less than 15 seconds to play, and Colonials will be happy to play this one out and head for the locker room. Wasn't pretty by the Lopes, but they get their second one of the season.
Final score 75-61. The Lopes, their NCAA D1 record, 9th consecutive victory. Second half, not the prettiest of halves, really, for either team. Certainly not for GCU. But they go on to a fairly decisive victory over Robert Morris to increase their regular season mark now to 2-0.
Yeah, and 9 wins in a row. Leading the nation with 9 consecutive wins without a loss.
Kay Longworth, Paul Coro, along with us as we continue with our post-game festivities, including a post-game press conference from head coach Dan Marley. So stick around. The Lopes now 2-0 to begin the 2017-18 season. We'll have more here on Your View.
Our company's Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman, he was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a very quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwhite was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the dorm mattresses. We asked them what exactly they were looking for in a dorm mattress, and that's when we started to come up with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
(75-61) the final score. GCU over Robert Morris. Their NCAA D1 winning streak tops in the nation at 9 straight. They begin the season 2-0 in the game. There was a lot to talk about. The tempo was back and forth in that opening half. Robert Morris had an early lead. The Lopes came back. They opened up a 20-point lead, and then the second half came, and I don't know, somebody adjusted the hoops.
Yeah.
But
I think they put a little more air in the ball. Yeah. Something funky happened at halftime in that locker room. They just quite weren't the same team with the efficiency that they had in that first half, where they shot nearly 50% from the field. They come back and turned the basketball over and couldn't get that thing to go and from outside or out from the free throw line, but I like the energy in which this team plays with, the spirit in which they play with, and they play together. It seems like they're having fun as a bunch.
Player of the game, let's talk about him, Josh Braun. He set a new record for three-pointers in GCU history tonight. 20 points.
I love the way this kid goes about his business. I mean, obviously we talked about him in the classroom being such a smart player, translates to the court as well, moves well without the basketball, just outworks, out-hustles, outmans players when he's out there on the floor. He goes 7 of 13 from the field, 4 of 7 from behind the arc, knocks down, pulls down rather 4 rebounds in the game, and he's not afraid to give up his body and stick his nose in there on the defensive side.
4 of 7 from the arc, 4 rebounds, 20 points for Josh Braun. I'm sure there'll be some second half learning lessons for head coach Dan Majerle. To be interesting to see or hear his comments in the post-game press conference that is going to be commencing in just a moment. But the 3 keys to revisit, there was plenty of action, and some of them were attained perhaps, and some of them were a reach.
Well, I thought they did a good job really executing their transition game in this one. They wanted the pace to go a little faster. I thought a game in the 80s and certainly 90s would favor the Lopes tonight, but they couldn't quite get there in the second half because they had a little bit of a power outage. But I like the way that they were able to get out there and force the tempo in this basketball game. They also did a very nice job in that first half of getting back in transition defense. Even if they made a turnover or if they missed a shot, they didn't allow any fast breaks in that first half. I thought that was very key for them to get a lot of confidence in an early lead in this game as well. So you can see that they turned up the heat on them there in the nice little scoring run. The swing, the extra passes were certainly evident. Getting guys open looks from behind the arc. And then we talked about that, the quick change in transition from offense to defense. 4 fast break points for Robert Morris, and all of those came in the second half.
15-4, quick change, fast break points for the Lopes. Statistically, looks pretty good. I mean, they went on some big tears there, especially in the first half, really opened things up. You wonder maybe a little bit of complacency, big lead, feeling pretty good here at home?
Sure, human nature. I think you probably have to guard against that if you're Coach Majerle. I know he's playing a lot of guys. Sometimes if you're playing too many guys and not enough guys get into a rhythm, sustain that throughout the course of a basketball game, you may have to look and see if that's going to be kind of a problem or could be a thing, or just because it's early season. Guys are used to playing that many minutes on the floor. It's a difference between playing in practice. So you always have to worry about coming out here and having a little left in your tank for the second half. Sometimes the shot's not quite there. The concentration on the finish just goes away.
Let's send it into the press location. We'll say hello to Kate Longworth and Paul Coro with some comments.
Thank you, guys. And Paul, when you look at that game, GCU really came out strong, firing from the get-go, really, just a couple minutes into the first half. What stands out to you, especially in that first half? I know we saw some big plays from both Josh Braun and Casey Benson.
Yeah, I think early on we saw a pretty good effort from Robert Morris, going tit for tat for them in the early going, and then they had that huge run, and a lot of that was keyed with Josh Braun getting going. I think it was a 26-5 run, I want to say, and half of that was scoring from Josh, who got his 3-point scoring going, but also got to the rim a little bit. And then Casey, who we know for setting the table, got a little bit more involved with his scoring tonight. I think he finished with 17, so if you can get 37 from the backcourt, that's a pretty good thing. Second half, obviously, I think we're probably going to hear some things from Coach Majerle about the turnovers, some of the free throw shooting. Those were issues in the opener, too. But they kept grinding it, and when they couldn't find their offense, they found ways to get to the line and started gradually knocking those down to kind of keep them at bay.
And that's always such a key thing for a team, to still play your game and not worry about the competition or the opposition. And so sometimes I think GCU, do you think that could – well, actually, you don't even have to think about this. We're just going to go to the man himself. Dan Majerle will tell us what he thinks about it. Dan, go ahead. Take it away.
Let's be big time. Dan back and Stan Myers in the house. Hey, nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming. First, let me say it was a really good win. Great first half. Unbelievable first half. 48 points. Defensively, we were great, flying around. Josh, everybody played well. Second half, we were just too casual. Way too many turnovers, stopped making free throws. Got to be stronger with the ball. I know I'm nitpicking, but I don't care. We want to be good. If we want to win the WAC and we want to do all that stuff, we got to get a lot better. But that first half was unbelievable. I'm very happy with the win. That's a good team, well coached. They play hard. I knew this was going to be a hard game, but that first half was about as good as I've seen from our guys.
maybe starts focusing on competition, what they have to do to win today? Do you have to get them back to just playing Lopes basketball and what you want to see?
No, I just think they get a little casual with the ball. I mean, just they start gambling. They get, you know, you start to, it's human nature. You know, Coach Riley always told me it's human nature to let up when you get up. You know, Oscar hits 3 threes or whatever, and we're up by 20-something, 30, I don't know what it was, and then it's let up. But can't do it, man. You got to step on a guy. Got to keep him down. You start gambling, start getting off. I mean, we gave up, you know, 25 points off our turnovers, had 21 turnovers. That's not good enough. You got to be strong with the ball. I mean, even at the end, you know, Jared's dribbling out, guys are trying to steal it. He's got to be strong. Josh, hell of a player. We all know that. Be strong with the ball. He's got to get better. He's got to get better. Everybody does. So, you know, our goal is huge. What we're trying to do is really, really hard. So we got to get better, period. But great win. I was worried about this. Great win. That first half was unbelievable. Jared, that's what Jared does, man. He takes charges. Keontae took a few charges. We got a group that comes in here and plays really hard defensively. When I sub them in, we can switch a lot of things. They get after guys. They're disruptive. Really good. And then I thought Oscar was unbelievable. He rebounded the ball, steals, flying around, the way he plays defense. So Oscar had a great game. Obviously what Josh did, especially in the first half. But everybody just contributing. And I think our defense is going to be what leads us this year, I think. Offensively, we'll get there.
You wanted Casey to just be more aggressive?
No, I want Casey to do whatever he takes to win. I don't think Casey has to be more aggressive. You know, Casey's not an explosive athlete that's going to score. Casey's just got to be smart, hit his open shots, feed guys, take care of the ball, do those kind of things. Casey's not – it's not Dwayne Russell, and I don't want him to be Dwayne Russell. He's got to be Casey Benson, and that's lead our guys, make great decisions, hit open shots, make passes, make his free throws. That's all Casey has to do. He's surrounded by some very talented guys. There's no way Casey has to lead this team. He's just got to be a real solid piece as a point guard. Guy's got great experience, played on a great program, very high level. He doesn't have to do any more than he has to do. Just go out there and play basketball and be himself.
What do you like about what you're doing defensively? It's 2 straight games under 40 for the other team, and then you kept McConnell and Thomas, the guys that –
Well, I mean, it's different now because we can play 10, 11 guys. And that one group I pin in, we switch a lot. So we kind of switch up our defense. We're in a man that we play traditional, and then we put those guys in and we can switch, try to take them out of their offense, try to get steals, be very aggressive. And we got a bunch of athletes and smart guys. I mean, when you put Jared out there and Matt, who didn't get to play a lot because of some foul trouble, but Jared and Matt and Fifi, Shaq, Damari, all those guys can really get in and guard. And we try to disrupt their offensive flow for that 4 or 5 minutes, then we'll get back to our normal defense, which is still pretty good and hard. But with that group, you can get out there and switch.
Vernon dove for ball in the first half, kind of went into tunnels.
Who did?
Keontae Vernon.
Uh-huh.
He dove for ball.
Yeah, he just tweaked his knee. He's always battling something. That kid's as tough as they come. So he just tweaked it, but he came back in. All our guys are tough. I jumped him pretty hard in there, but they're resilient, they're tough, and they know how much I care and how much I care about them. But they also know that we got to get better, man. We got to get better, and you just can't have 21 turnovers. And that's been a problem this year so far. We've had way too many turnovers for a team that's pretty talented. Thank you. All right. Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks.
All right, head coach Dan Majerle in his post-game press conference. Final stats, 48.8% field goal shooting, 3 points. 7 of 16, 4 of 20 for Robert Morris. Free throws went to the line a lot more. Blocks 6 to 3, and turnovers. That was something Coach Majerle just talked about. I'm sure Coach Toole is talking to his team about in the other locker room. 21 turnovers, as Coach said right there. Excellent opening half. Great opening half. Second half, completely different story. And if they want to get to where they want to be, and that's WAC champion, they've got to cut down on the turnovers.
Got to take care of the basketball. Ball security is the most important thing in just about any sport you're ever going to play. I tell my young kids all the time, it's the most important thing on the floor, more important than yourself or your teammates or even the coach. Take care of that basketball. One thing Coach Majerle mentioned, or a few things he mentioned, was the bench. He said he got a big bump off that bench. We talked about it a little bit. We highlighted Jared Martin, the way he came in, really energized the team. Oh, they did get scored 22-16 because of Petway had 10 points and 11 points off of that Colonial bench. He also mentioned Frere, that electric moments that he had there on defense, transitioning that to offense. And, of course, the mayor, Josh Braun, he did his darn thing tonight, set a new school record. I'm happy for that kid.
Well, they're obviously winning basketball games. They begin the season 2-0. There are some things that they need to clean up. He's putting a lot of pressure. As he just mentioned, he was pretty hard on the guys in the room after this, but he was very impressed about beating this Robert Morris team. This is a good basketball team, well coached, he said.
Absolutely. They'll get a little timeout, get back in the lab. They'll work on a lot of their fundamentals. So some of them errant passes. Some of them were just trying to move too fast, not taking their time out there. They got a number of days now to get in that lab, get in that practice floor, work on those things, come back Saturday and take care of the basketball a little bit better.
All right, as you mentioned, we'll be back here on Saturday. You'll want to keep it right here on your view. The GCU men's basketball team welcomes Arkansas Little Rock this Saturday here at the GCU Arena. The Trojans are members of the Sun Belt Conference. They are coming off a loss, and they play at Memphis tomorrow. Be sure to tune in to the Lopes pregame show starting at 6:30 p.m. with Kate Longworth on your view Cox 4 or online at gcu.tv. But that'll do it from here at GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes beat Robert Morris 75-61. Please join us again, as I mentioned, Saturday evening when GCU hosts Arkansas Little Rock. For Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel, wishing you a wonderful Monday evening.